We're about 30 minutes roughly until kickoff. I'm John Myers, and I got a special guest here, Mr. Lane Train Elliott, wearing a cool hat. What's your hat say there, Lane?
Real Tree.
Real Tree. Ole Miss.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk tonight's game. Lane was on the last Faulkner team to beat Walnut in 2018. So we're gonna talk what we think. Lane saw Faulkner last week. I saw Walnut, so we'll kind of talk about maybe what we saw that they did well last week, how we think this game's gonna go, and maybe some other stuff. So Lane, we'll start off with you. How you making it today? What are you doing here, by the way? What are you gonna be doing here?
Oh, they actually asked me to run the clock, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can't be adding them extra seconds on. Every second matters. You got to run it fair and partial. So if Lane doesn't run the clock right, if the clock does not run right, y'all know who to yell at. It's Lane Train. But anyway, so we'll start with you. You saw Faulkner last week. They won 40. What are some things that they did really well last week?
They look good, both sides of the ball. Defensively, Pottskamp had a quarterback that could on him, but they contained him all night.
I heard he was pretty swift. Is what I was.
He never had any long runs, never got loose. Now, if it had been the Faulkner team last year, he'd probably broke through on a bunch of runs, or say if it was still the same coaching as last year, so, they'd have probably ran for a lot. So that's kind of what I told people. I said, maybe Pottskamp didn't look the best, but Faulkner, they won the game. And
they created six turnovers. They did some 4 interceptions, a couple of fumble recoveries.
They look better offensively, defensively. Special teams, they're kicking extra points now.
Yeah,
they got a field goal kicker. He looked really good.
Is this his first? I heard this was maybe his first year.
Yeah, they said it's G's first year to play football and first year to kick. So
how did he look kicking it?
He looked good. I think he missed one field goal. So 41 points and 6 for 7.
That's pretty salty. I mean, you'll take that for your first game, for sure. Well,
it looks like a much improved team, and I think if they can come out and get going, I think they got a good chance tonight.
Have a competitive match. So I saw Walnut. I mean, I think their MO this game and this year's they got 2 big backs. Zyler Clifton, Marion Gray. They both run downhill. They're both deceptively quick for big dudes. I don't know how big Zyler is. Probably 6 foot 220 or something like
6
that.
220, looks 35.
Yeah.
He's got a mustache and
he's got a mustache. He's
goatee.
Got the best facial hair combo of anybody I've seen yet this year. So congratulations to Zyler Clifton. He's a man out there toting the rock. So we'll see. I think so. Kind of for Faulkner tonight, is it fair to say that they're looking to get their playmakers in space? And for Walnut, they're just looking to run it maybe between the tackles downhill. So it's kind of a contrast of offensive styles, power football versus speed. So we'll see how that.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to
how that turns. The coaches meeting at midfield here, coaches and administrators on their other screen. Of course, me and Lane Train are going to talk for just a few minutes. So, Lane, you were on the last Faulkner team to win 2018. Where was that game?
It was at Walnut.
At Walnut. You went on the road, got the big win. I was there, snapping pictures, writing about it. So at the time, here's what we wrote. For the first time since 2015, the Faulkner Eagles are Joe Bowl champs, and this was in 2018. They won 50-34. Mr. Lane Elliott over here was 12 of 18 for 275 yards and 4 touchdowns. He tossed a pair of touchdowns to who was a sophomore at the time, T.J. Colum, who had like 198 total yards that game. You also hit Riley Akers for 43 yards and Chauncey Jackson for 83. All of that was in the first half, but Walnut did lead in the first half, 28-26. So you made a comeback win to kind of break a Walnut win streak a little bit. How'd that feel? I know at the time what you told me and what you said was, I'll remember this game for the rest of my life. It's 5 years later. Where's that rank on life moments for you thus far in your life?
For me, I just kind of, I didn't feel like I had to do that much that night. I feel like I just it was just a lot of pitch and catch, and the receivers made some good plays. So I didn't really feel like I did a lot that night. Biggest thing, we just got the win that night.
Got the dub. It felt good, though, to hold the trophy up.
Yeah, sure. It did that. But I felt like I was just a part of it that night. I didn't feel like, I had just a big part in it, but I just felt like I was a part of it. Just glad to be a part of it. So.
Well, whoever wins tonight, I'm sure it'll be a memory. Just anytime you get to hold up the Joe in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, no doubt. So, it's been, like I say, the last 4 years. And
also, I looked it up. I think it's the score of the last 4 years since that win, I believe, is 190-14.
Yeah.
Walnut is up in the last 4 contests, 190-14. So
there's a lot of excitement around this game. I think this is
yeah.
the first time, and
since 2018, probably.
Since 2018 that, you're coming to the game and excitement, and you really don't know who's going to win the game.
Well, here we are 20-something minutes, nearly 30 minutes. I mean, we got a pretty good crowd already here.
Mm-hmm.
And folks still walking in, you see, coming from both sides here. So I figure we're going to have close to a full house tonight. Okay, so we talked tonight. We talked your win in 2018. I said before, we would talk maybe what are your 2 favorite Joe Bowl memories of your lifetime? Say the last.
You talking about that I was a part of, or just
that you were at the game, or at least aware of. What are you working with?
I don't know if you call it memory or just the best games, but the best 2 was that 2013 game here when Armani Linton had the kick return at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then the very next year when.
And those were both one score.
Yeah, one score games.
Yeah.
And then the next year when they went up to Walnut and Walnut pulled that one out.
Yeah.
It was 28-21. Those were just 2 games right there. You went into it, and Faulkner, top to bottom, just got a bunch of guys that just want to be out there, want to play, and just play hard. And they Walnut, they got Monterio Hunt and Armani Linton, and
some tremendous athletes. Okay,
got some athletes up there, but just a game to go to right there. That it could have just been anybody's game. Then the game just lived up to the hype of everything, and it was just 2 really good games. So those are no doubtedly the 2 best games in the past 15 years. That and excitement, and the crowds just had the chance to be in the whole game.
I believe it was 3 straight years of 1-score games, because the 2012 game, Faulkner.
Well, I think Faulkner was that game. It was like 40-something to 6.
Okay, or maybe it was 3 of the 4 were 1 score, or maybe it was the next. I can't remember, but there were several close.
15. It was 20-14.
Okay, so it was 3 straight the other way, not the back. It was 13, 14, 15.
So that
were single score games.
So
hopefully it gets back to that. Me as a journalist, I'm hoping for something good to write. I'm hoping for a single score game either way it goes tonight.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just excited. I'm really excited to be here. You got 2 good coaches on both sides, and that are going to have their players ready to go. And like I say, I think this game's going to come down to 2 things. When Gavin being able to get Chris Nunley the ball.
Yeah.
Can they stop him out in space? And I think that's going to be a lot like back in 2018. Like I said, I just got the ball quick to TJ,
had some playmakers.
Yeah. He made a lot of moves, and I think Gavin does the same thing. I think things are going to go really well for him, and then for Walnut, for Faulkner to be able to stop their 2 big backs. You got Kamar and Gray and Zyler Clifton. They're not going to outrun you, but they're going to put their head down, and can they stop them and keep them from getting those hard yards?
Yeah. Well, Lane, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk with us. I know you got to run the clock. I'm going to go take some pictures of these signs, see what the Eagles and Wildcats are running out to tonight. But do you care to make a prediction on tonight's game? I put you on the spot here. Eagle for life. What you got?
Let's see.
Eagle for life. What's he going with? He's thinking.
Let's see.
I wish I had the Jeopardy theme on my computer here.
I live here. I gotta come home every night.
That's true. You gotta come to Faulkner every night. So what are you?
I don't know. Let's go 21-28.
21-28. Faulkner with the dub. 28-21 at home. They regained the Joe Bowl trophy. That's Lane Elliott's pick.
Yeah, you got. So if I get the pick right, do I got like some kind of prize?
Yeah, if it's 28-21 Faulkner, if that's the exact score, come to the RCTV 19 studios, and I'll buy you Shirley's breakfast.
All right.
Shirley's breakfast is a pretty good deal. But I appreciate you taking some time to talk with us. We're going to have a word from our sponsors. We'll be back with John Null and Owen Peyton Taylor on the call here in just a minute. Thanks, Lane. Y'all have a good one. No problem. The following businesses wish you good luck in the 2023 Joe Bowl. Katie's Salon, Harold's Property Maintenance Garage Door and Service, Faulkner Nutrition, Excavators, W.L. Tomlinson Hardware in Walnut, and Flower Girl Boutique and Florist. The following businesses wish good luck in the 2023 building: Katie's Salon, Harold's Property Maintenance Garage Door and Service, Faulkner Nutrition, Excavators, WL.
Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
First American has been with me every step of the way, from opening my first Youngstars account to teaching me about budgeting and credit. And now with the app, I can even take my bank with me to college.
I personally love the P2P feature. It's perfect for sending money to friends, and it's helpful for my parents too. It just feels good that even in a new school and new town with new people, First American will always be there for me.
Murphy Brothers and LS Tractor. We're your partner for more value, more features, and great service. LS Tractors have steel hood, steel fenders, cast iron axles, cast iron differential, cast iron transmission. LS Tractors come with a 6-year powertrain warranty, and Murphy Brothers can back it up. Murphy Brothers and LS Tractor, your partners in the field.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and just as John and I forget the young man's name over here, but they welcome us in, man. It is an exciting night for high school football. This is John Owen Peyton Taylor on the call tonight. Good to have OPT with us back tonight. Man, doing a great job over there and in Lee County over with TCPS, a familiar foe for Faulkner, and good to have OPT back in the booth with us, man.
John, I'm glad to be back. It's been an exciting week knowing I get to come back and get some Joe Bowl action in. This was a rivalry that I got, my first taste of last year, and you could tell how much of a fun rivalry game it was. And like I said, enjoying it over in Lee County, but glad to be back here for a little bit of Tippah County action. You couldn't keep me out of Tippah County too long.
That's right. And Owen, just as John and the young man talk, tonight's going to be a really fun ball game. I really believe it's going to be a really good ball game. With Coach Kevin Walton coming back to Faulkner. We've talked to him some this week. We've talked to Coach Meeksman. These kids are ready to play, and I think you're going to see that Faulkner with a whole new attitude. We've seen them on the field. They warm up differently. They're acting differently, and so I'm interested to see how Faulkner plays tonight. And like we'll talk about this a little bit more here in just a second, but neither team was really tested last week.
Mm-hmm.
Walnut really never played outside their own 50-yard line against Ashland. And then Faulkner just manhandled Potts Camp. So no team was really tested last week. So my first talk about, let's talk about when these teams get tested, what happens.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously looking at our notes, these teams combined last week to score 100 points, most ever between these two teams before a Joe Bowl. And like I said, they haven't been tested tonight, but you're going to see a test here. And, when you look at Faulkner and they won big against Potts Camp, congratulations, Coach Walton, getting his first win back here in Faulkner. That's a game that last year Faulkner probably might have won, but they would have struggled to get out of the gate and get there. So we'll see if they can continue that trend tonight. And really, they say to throw all the numbers out of the book when it comes to a rivalry game. But some of these, I feel like you just have to stats for Walnut and Faulkner between these two teams. Walnut has won the last 4. Faulkner, last time they won back in 2018, 50-34 final score. So that was a high-scoring game ever since, in 2018. But ever since then, it has been complete and utter Walnut domination. Right. The scoring margin between these two teams in their last 4 victories by Walnut since that 2018 win, 190-14.
Yeah.
So this is one that Coach Walton is obviously going to look for his group to get out hot and try to change the dynamic. This is what Coach Walton was brought here to Faulkner to do. This was, look, we're changing the culture because the culture right now is, in the last 21 Joe Balls played since there's been a trophy, 16-5 in favor of Walnut. Change that culture.
And I wish Joey could hear me out there, but if he could show the fans, man, that's the fans not just flocking in here. I think they've got a whiteout going on for the Falkner Eagles tonight. They whited the student section out, and it's just a excitement in the stands.
Yeah, I mean, like you said,
excitement in the football field. A while ago we missed it, but the football team walked through the stands, and man, you could just feel that things were just different.
Like you said, John, you can feel an excitement in the air, and when you look at it, it's something I've never really. This is my first time being out to Faulkner, but hearing about what Faulkner has been, the last couple of years is, people have tried to get excited, they try to support, but it's just been hard to find it, and you feel it in the air. It's almost like you can cut it with a knife. The hope and the enthusiasm that the Faulkner faithful have behind this football program, and we'll see. This is you hear about marquee wins. Joe Bowl is one of, if not the biggest game of the year for both these teams. So you have your chance right now to get your marquee win week 2 of year 1.
Right, and then you look across the board. My alma mater's got a lot riding on the board, to keep that streak alive, to keep that pride that Walnut's had in the last few Joe Balls, to lean on backs like Kamarion Gray and Zion Clifton, who last week really didn't have to work hard, and then, you have the one big pass play that linked up Drew Jackson to Adrian Palmer. Outside of that, Walnut really didn't have to stretch the field very much.
No, they didn't. And Walnut was able to do what, Coach Meeks has always wanted to do, and that's run the football, be successful doing that. Use the pass when you have to, but don't rely on it. Play big boy football, run between the tackles, and make yourself known as a more physical team, and that's what he was able to do last week.
Well, listen, we're going to hear a word from our sponsors real quick. Come back in just a few minutes. We're going to have the national anthem, and then we'll have Falkner and Walnut Joe Bowl 2023 when we return here on TV 19 Sports.
No matter how young you are, if you have loved ones, you need to think about how they would cope financially if anything happened to you. Trust me, there are benefits to getting life insurance when you're still young and healthy. Modern Woodmen can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
This is Stephen Eaton in the Bellhaven Historic Downtown Corinth. Call me at 287-0113.
Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Accidents are catastrophic, what we consider a catastrophic accident. On a catastrophic injury, you're not going to be able to go back to work in a week. You're going to be out of work. You're going to be going to doctor's appointments. You're going to be trying to get back to normal. That's where we come into play. At Mama Justice, you don't just get a law firm, you get a family. We're going to make sure that we represent you and that you get exactly what the law says that you can get.
I'm attorney Casey Lott. In our fight for justice, our day starts early and ends late. But we embrace the long roads and hard fights with the big corporations and insurance companies that put profit over people every day. With 7 lawyers manning our offices in Tupelo and Boonville, we have the resources it takes to fight the big insurance companies for you. And the difference we make for those who've needlessly suffered makes every minute and mile worth it.
Food Giant of Ripley, Mississippi simply invites you to stop by. With the same friendly, familiar faces and over 100 stores and counting, it's easy for anyone to make Food Giant their favorite neighborhood supermarket. Also, be sure to check out our 2 new locations in South Ripley, Mississippi and in Ashland, Mississippi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 2023 edition of the Joe Bowl. Owen, why don't you show us the stat you were just fixing to show us here a few minutes ago? We didn't.
Yeah, I think we got it loaded now. We do want to point out, as you see it on the screen, that the captains have met. Faulkner won the toss, and Coach Walton wanting to establish himself in his first Joe Bowl back. He wants the football, but let's show you this. Trying to find their way back, into a winning way in this rivalry. That graphic's just not going to work. We're just going to throw that out the window. But, you talked about it a little before we went to break, Coach Meeks wanting to do what he wants to do, and this is a pivotal game for Walnut. This is a game that Coach John Meeks, since he's been at Walnut, 13th year. He's 9-3 in the Joe Bowl before this. So this is Coach Walton's first chance to try to establish, hey, look, we're going to change the way that Tippah County sees this rivalry. And so Walnut, as they run out onto the field, they come out as a team, and you look at them, and they're a team that looks poised, ready to try to defend their Joe Bowl title they've held for the last 4 years.
And then Faulkner's going to run out here in just a minute, and we'll have a national anthem. Here goes Faulkner out on the field. Of course, they'll be led out by their seniors. Of course, you're going to talk about – let's talk about some of the players to watch for tonight's game, and then we'll give a quick – we'll have the national anthem, and then we'll have 3 quick kicks to the game. So players to watch tonight for Faulkner. Of course, you've got Chris Nunley, Gavin Floyd, Gavin Woolley, Isaiah Skinner, who they say is just awesome. JoJo Skinner, who had a big week last week. Eli Hopper had a big week last week. They actually have a kicking game here at Faulkner this year with the Rudez kid, who I saw warm up and actually booted it into the end zone. So that's a big thing for Faulkner.
Yeah, we talked about it before. As we're about to go to the national anthem. This is when you were able to kick it in high school, especially at 1A, that's a weapon. And, so we'll see if Faulkner gets to use that weapon tonight. As we get our national anthem, let's kick it back to hear from some of our lovely sponsors. We'll be back with keys to the game and kickoff. Walnut, Faulkner, Joe Bowl, back here on RCTV 19.
Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
First American has been with me every step of the way, from opening my first Youngstars account to teaching me about budgeting and credit. And now with the app, I can even take my bank with me to college.
I personally love the P2P feature. It's perfect for sending money to friends and is helpful for my parents too. It just feels good that even in a new school and new town with new people, First American will always be there for me.
Murphy Brothers and LS Tractor. We're your partner for more value, more features, and great service. LS Tractors have steel hood, steel fenders, cast iron axles, cast iron differential, cast iron transmission. LS Tractors come with a 6-year powertrain warranty, and Murphy Brothers can back it up. Murphy Brothers and LS Tractors, your partners in the field.
No matter how young you are, if you have loved ones, you need to think about how they would cope financially if anything happened to you. Trust me, there are benefits to getting life insurance when you're still young and healthy. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
This is Stephen Eaton in the Belhaven historic downtown Corinth. Call me at 287-0113.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Our
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19 as the national anthem has been sung. The Faulkner Eagles head out to the field to receive the opening kickoff. And, John, we're just a few seconds away.
Yeah, let's give 3 quick keys to this game. First of all, I'm going to start on the Walnut side.
Go ahead.
Kamarion Gray, Zyler Clifton. Number 2, number 3. And number 3, can Walnut contain the speed of Faulkner? That's going to be a big telltale tonight. I think if Faulkner gets on the outside, we learned last week that Walnut did have a little trouble with Ashland on their speed. So you give us 3 keys for Faulkner.
I think for one, Faulkner, you feel this new beginning in the rivalry. You feel this turn of culture, of momentum right at the gates. Number 1, you can't turn the football over. You're at home. Keep the football in your own possession. Don't give Walnut any chances to get momentum here early on the road. Number 2, you have to win the field position battle. We know both of these offenses can go. We see that last week, but this week I would expect both defenses to cause more trouble for these offenses than we saw last week. So be ready, have your punt team ready, be ready to win field position battles, pin the team deep, and then also when you get the chance, try to bust out a big team on special play. Special team is going to be key tonight. And then number 3, as we get ready for the kickoff, You 190-14. That's the number. 190-14. Walnut outscoring Faulkner since they last won the Joe Bowl. You want to start fast on offense, and you want to go out and you want to make it your goal as the receiving kickoff is taken by Faulkner at about the 36. You want to make it your goal, and I'm sure it's Coach Walton. Look, we scored 14 points last 4 years. Let's go out and score 14 points first quarter tonight. Let's start strong.
So let's see what Faulkner comes out here. We looked at them in the pregame. They look to run out of the spread pretty much. Looks like they're going to spread the field, get their playmakers out in space. So we'll see how Faulkner lines up. Going to have Miles Mitchell's out there, Chris Nunley, of course, Gavin Floyd at quarterback, number 22, JoJo Swinford in there at running back, and across that front line. I cannot see who those are. And those two young men on the other side, we will try to get your names as quickly as possible. Walnut going to be in a base defense. Back to pass. They set up deep. Set up Nunley, and he goes across the middle. No good. Broken up there by number
22.
22. That's Jack Leak.
Yeah, Jack Leak. That's a name we talked about in our preview show on RCTV 19. Walnut losing late, and it kind of hurt him in the season. At receiver because he's a big play threat, but also because he is a great DB. He's got good ball skills. He's able to time deflections very well in the secondary, and you saw it there. Faulkner tried to establish himself first play. Look, let's hit a big chunk play, but Jack Leak was ready to break that one up. Second down. Going to throw it out to the flat, and it's going to be incomplete, just a little bit low, intended for Chris Nunley. So it's going to bring up an early third down and long for the Faulkner offense.
Well, and it seems like they're trying to get Nunley involved in defense and offensive scheme very early, and that's not a bad idea for Coach Kevin Walton. Nunley with all the speed to burn, so they're trying to get him out of space. Now it looks like they've got Palmer out here on a DB. He's lined up against Miles Mitchell. Now they're going to run 3 wide this way. That's going to be number 9 coming across. That's Graydon Newby. So let's see. They're going to run 3 wide our way, 1 wide left, 4 wide here. Look here, Peyton.
Going to drop back, looks to throw it deep. He has a man. It's Nunley. Oh, incomplete. Another breakup by Jack Leak. So that is 2 of 3 opening plays for Faulkner on offense that Jack Leak has prevented a big chunk play, and it's going to force the Faulkner offense to punt on a 3-and-out in the first possession.
Well, let's see if Faulkner does punt here. You almost if you're Walnut, you're playing base defense here until Faulkner backs up and they punt the ball, which they're going to have Chris Nunley in there at punter. So Walnut really has to play smart here. They got to play base cover defense. Looks like they do have Jack Leak back to recover the punt. So we'll see.
This is where that key I talked about, John, of winning the field position battle comes in. First possession didn't go your way offensively. You got to pin them deep here. You can't prevent a big return. As looks like Faulkner's having a little bit of trouble getting their substitutions correct on the punt team. They'll snap it right at 1 on the play clock. It's kicked deep and a good kick by Nunley, especially if it gets a good bounce, and it does. Picked up by Leak at the 20-yard line. He's going to cut back inside. Now he's out to the sideline, and he's going to be brought down at the 39-yard line. So we talk about that field position battle, and so far, Walnut with the early advantage as the offense comes out for the first time. And what are you really looking for out of the Walnut offense tonight, John?
Lean. Learning to lean is the old church song you say. Get that offensive line. I mean, my gracious, that is, and Zyler Clifton and a heavy dose of Clifton and Gray. That was number 70, Cole Stroop on the tackle for Faulkner. Good open field tackle. I mean, but Walnut looks to have the size advantage up front. We'll see what they do. They're going to come out a little different setting here. They're going to go wide. They're going to send Clifton to motion. Back to pass. They set up, look for motion. They're going to screen. They got Leak out in space. First down, Wildcats.
Ooh, big hit
Chris
by
Nunley
Nunley
with a big hit.
And so, you see, that's a great call by Coach Meeks on first down.
Actually, not Coach Meeks, Coach Bennett, who took over the offense this year.
Coach Bennett calling the offense. So thank you for correcting me. But Coach Bennett makes a great call there. You scout all of these past games, and you scout, and you see that Walnut loves to go. They want to stack it up. They want to be physical. So then you spread them out, and then you use a little bit of misdirection. It's a great first play call. And now you wonder if Faulkner's really not going to be on their heels defensively the rest of this possession.
Say, what is the call here? Are they going to measure?
Looks like they actually no. They're going to say that the chain should have moved.
First down. Okay, so I was beginning to wonder if they were going to have a first down measurement there, because that play was right on the first down marker where Nunley knocked out Jack Leak out there.
It was, and so it looked like the deliberator or the line judge kind of caught that one before the play started. Said, "Hey, look, that looks like it's to the line to gain.
Right.
So let's go ahead and move it forward."
So they got Miles Mitchell lined up against Jack Leak out here on the corner. They're going to set a man in motion. Be pitch Clifton. And Faulkner in the backfield that time as Clifton stays on his feet. Let's see who that comes up out. That's
Aye.
number 8.
Yeah, you've got to give a hand
Floyd.
to Kane Floyd, the senior. He came in, and Clifton. Obviously, we know he is a load to bring down. How do you bring down a load? You go low. And Zane Floyd right there, he went low, didn't go grabbing at the ankles, trying to pray that he might trip him up. No, he went low at his legs, wrapped him up strong, and didn't give an inch on the tackle.
Now here's that base formation we learned Walnut ran in last week. That's Camarion Gray. Gray get us a big hole. He's around the outside. He's going to go down out, run out of bounds by Chris Nunley for a gain of about 20 on the play there for Camarion Gray.
Yeah, Camarion Gray. He's such a special talent at the halfback position, and it's really something that you're going to want to watch tonight, especially as I think we might have a flag on the field, John. Let's see. And I thought I saw a holding on the outside receiver of the Walnut offense. It looked like he had gotten a hold trying to, as Gray tried to bounce it out, he thought he was going inside, and so he set up inside, and Gray bounced it outside, tried to hold him from the defender getting there. So we'll see if this play stands. It's going to be holding and bring it back, and that's a big chunk play loss. That's something on the road you can't do, because instead of having all the momentum on your side, 1st and 10 inside Faulkner territory, now let's back it up to about 1st and 8. Right at about the 50-yard line.
And here's the funny thing about that. He actually gets a yard gain out of that.
He does.
That's because of the new rule in high school football where holding is no longer from the line of scrimmage. It's a spot foul.
It's a big deal. And, yeah, there was a false start on the outside receiver, Adrian Palmer, number 5. He looked like he thought the cadence was on 1. It was on 2. And so he's going to jump, and you can hear the dump truck here backing him up. And so that's back-to-back penalties on Walnut. And if you're Coach Meeks, you're saying, look, guys, we started so strong offensively. We cannot have this first drive derailed by penalties.
Yeah. So they've got to play a little smart here. They just want it. 20. We're at 10 minutes to go in the first period. In the man in motion, that's going to be number 4. Split him out wide. They're going to send Gray. Trap play. They're going to run behind big number 74. My gracious alive. And they get about 10 yards back. That number 74. That's just a sophomore, I believe.
Yeah, Carson Smith. He was the lineman that when the Walnut offense walked on the field, immediately my eyes widened when I see him. He's a strong man up front, and from the way of it out there, he got out in front of Gray. Looks like he's pretty athletic as well at the right tackle spot. Yeah. He's the name to watch if Faulkner can find a way to get some pressure around that side in the run game.
Now just a straight quarterback dive.
John, this play is going to come back as I don't think Walnut got set before the run came in. And so, again, another first down gain that looks like as of now it's going to be negated.
So what the call is by the officials.
Yeah, it's a legal shift. They just did not get set in motion. These are just mental errors that could be avoided in the early going by Walnut.
They're trying to get in the hurt. They're trying to get a little fast. Just they got to play within themselves, not get outside not try to do too much crazy stuff. They're wanting to establish momentum, and you can't blame the young men for being a little antsy. But if I'm a senior leader, I'm here. I'm like, look, guys, slow down. We got this, So let's see how Walnut responds to this behind the chains once more.
I would have to check, John. But if you count flat plays with penalties, I believe this is the 6th play of the drive, and they've went a net of about 15 yards and a gross of about 60. So This is a drive that Walnut really don't want to lose because they've established some good things in the early going. It's just the penalties that they need to clean it up. Otherwise, Walnut might find themselves in the end zone already.
Isaiah Saseda checks out. Siler Clifton checks back in for the Wildcats. See what the Wildcat offensive unit draws up here. Looks like they're going to spread formation. They're going to have Palmer and Jack Lee out wide one way. Kamarian Gray out the other way.
They're down at about 4, John, as now Drew Jackson has to throw it out in the flat to Clifton. Clifton going to make a couple moves. Get you some, big boy. And he gets down to about the 41-yard line. Credit the Faulkner defense. They swarmed to the football there. First man missed, but the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th didn't.
Right,
and now Coach Meeks and Coach Bennett got a big decision to make. Yep. 41-yard line, 4th down at about 3.
Big tackle there by Brody Bostic. A couple other backers there as they got Clifton down in space. Looks like they were trying to set up a deep route, and that route never did open up. So
I love this call, by the way, John. You're on the road. You You want to capture the momentum early. You've had big runs just taken back by flag. So, hey, let's go right now and try to get us a big run on 4th down and extend this drive. But looks like Coach Meeks wants a timeout. It looks like, again, a little bit of miscommunication on subs. So we've had some miscommunications here in the early going, but we've got a big 4th down and 3 heading for us when we get back.
Right.
7:37 remaining in the first quarter. Scoreless here in the 2023 Joe Bowl. We'll bring you back in just 1 minute. You are watching Tippah County football on RCTV 19.
Barkley Catering wishes good luck to our local teams this season. Give them a call at 662-837-2401 for all of your catering needs. Check them out for grazing tables, charcuterie boards, weddings, parties, birthdays, special events, and to-go trays.
Welcome back to Faulkner High School as the Eagles look to try to stand up here on this 4th down conversion play attempt by the Walnut Wildcats.
Yeah, John, they're going heavy formation. They were in the spread originally, and now they're going to go heavy formation. And again, even out of the timeout, it looks like, Walnut might have been having some miscommunication on who should be in. Now they're going to do a toss to the left side. Camarion Gray, he's got a big hole. He's got the 1st down and more. He's going to be taken down about the 36-yard line. Again, credit Faulkner for swarming to the football, but it was more than enough for the 1st down, so that's a big momentum grab for Walnut here in the early going.
Yeah, one nice play, just a little off-tackle play there by Walnut. Nothing too outside the box for the Wildcats. And let's see if Walnut sticks with that heavy formation or they go try to spread the field out again. Both teams have not gone much outside of what we expected so far, Owen.
No, it really hasn't. Now Walnut seems they tried some spread early, really seems to be settling in now to that heavy set as they hand it back to Gray, and Gray's going to fall forward. Great tackle by Faulkner. That was number 22, JoJo Swinford, who made the tackle. But Camarion Gray, such a big body, John. Yeah. And, we've talked about it so many times. He might be my pick for, he was the sophomore last year, best sophomore running back in the state of Mississippi last year. And it looks like he's only gained a little bit of size and athleticism over the offseason. And, man, Gray has been really impressive so far. He's falling forward on every single run.
And also on that play for number 10, Rudez, on the play there for Faulkner. So let's see what Faulkner's going to have to bow up here a little bit. That's the State in there running back. They're going to shift him over. Going to give to Camarion Gray, who makes a stutter step. He's going to fall backwards for about 5 yards. Mike Gray just did most of that on his own. Coming in the game for Faulkner's number 23.
Like you said, the stutter step, a guy like Gray's size, especially in high school, he shouldn't be able to, cut on a dime like that, but he does. And so that's another big 1st down as the chains keep moving, and we head to a heat timeout. So we'll take a timeout of our own with them. 6:05, it's still scoreless, but Walnut threatening to find themselves in the red zone for the first time tonight. We're back in just 1 minute on RCTV 19.
E&B Concrete in Ripley says good luck to our local teams and athletes this season. Give them a call at 662-837-3221 for your concrete needs. Cardinal Drive-In wishes good luck to our teams and athletes this season. Stop by and see them at 1807 City Avenue North in Ripley for fresh burgers, hand-cut fries, loaded baked potatoes, ice cream, and more. The City of Ripley, the Mayor, and the Board of Aldermen wish good luck to our Tippah County teams this football season. Creative Awning and Sign wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams this season. For all your awning and sign needs, give them a call at 662-512.
Welcome back to Faulkner High School. Walnut with a chance to go in the red zone here. Outside on their 20-yard line, ball on the 20. No, about 25. Clifton on in and around, and boy, I don't know who got back there, but
that was number 58, John. That was Peyton Matthews. Show out for the Peytons out there, Mr. Matthews. That was a big tackle. The sweep could have definitely got the Faulkner defense. Clifton, or we've talked about it before, he's big, he's strong, but he's sneakily speedy for his size. And so if he would have gotten to the outside, he could have been trouble there. But credit Matthews, who was able to make the tackle in space against the big boy Clifton, and for a loss as well.
Well, and here's what happened here. He got inside that trap that time. Walnut was running a little counter trap, and he got inside that trap that time. And I tell you what, it really do Faulkner for a loop. And you look at Faulkner with a little double reverse here. Walnut, Isaac Clifton, and good work there by cameraman Joey. Joey Jones on the camera work tonight for us, doing a great job out there and a great video coverage down there as he gets down inside the 15-yard line, down inside the red zone for the Wildcats. A little double reverse that time.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because Walnut, it seems like they're trying to mix their size advantage by getting Faulkner caught off guard with some misdirection on this opening drive. John, this has been the opening drive, and it's spanned over 5 minutes. I mean, this has been a very impressive drive for the Walnut Wildcats as they line up again, a heavy set to the left side. Jackson's going to toss it over to Gray. Gray cuts out. He's to the 10, stiff arm to the 5, and he is not going to be able to make it to the end zone. A great tackle out in space. I believe that was Chris Nunley with the tackle, as it's going to be about second down and maybe 1 to go. And Faulkner's got to find a way to get big here in a goal-to-go situation.
Faulkner, their defense is going to be called on tonight. I hate to say that, but their defense will have to make some plays to win this game. Walnut just a little bit more experience, a little bit more seasoned, I guess you say, and makes,
Drew Jackson back in the under center. And it's a play fake rollout for Drew Jackson. He's going to put a shoulder down. Did he find his way in? No, he didn't. He's down to the 1 yard line. Another great play design by Coach Bennett. I tell you, John, this really been something that's impressed me. And they're going, this is a Walnut offense that I've already seen. A lot of different play design compared to last season. It looks like now.
And look here, they're going
fast. Tempo. Yeah, you're going to go I formation. And they're going to try to just pound this one in, maybe to Clifton. Indeed, they do. And he is going to rumble and stumble and tumble his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Walnut. They claim the first score in the 2023 Joe Bowl.
And Walnut will go for 2. We saw that last week as they tried a few extra points. Those were unsuccessful with Zyla Clifton back there kicking. But I think Walnut will go for 2 and take this score for the Wildcats, hopefully 8-0.
It's interesting how it goes, John. You look at it, and, a decade ago, even if kicking isn't your strong suit, people are still kicking those extra points. But we've really seen a shift in the game to where coaches are kind of embracing now, hey, we get our 2, 1 out of every 2 times, the same difference. And if we get more, then great. They're going to go direct snap to Camarion Gray. Zone read and Gray. Oh, he got snuffed out. Credit the Faulkner defense as they were all over the zone read on Camarion Gray. And even after the score, Walnut does have the lead, but maybe a little momentum swings back to the side of Faulkner with that 2-point stop.
Right. Good stop there by the Eagles. We'll hear a quick word from our sponsors. Come back on TV 19 Sports. More of the Joe Bowl. 6-0 when we return.
9-3.
Good luck and do your best. Diesel Oil, 311 City Avenue South.
Duncan's Pharmacy in Walnut, your Tippah County-owned pharmacy, says good luck to our Tippah County teams and athletes this season. Eco Water Systems proudly serves North Mississippi and wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this season. Visit them online at ecowater.com.
Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith.
Welcome back to Faulkner High School. Walnut going to kick off. Looks like they're going to have Drew Jackson, I believe, or Austin Watson. No, that's going to be Austin Watson back kick for the Wildcats this time.
Yeah, they went with Camarion Gray on that first kick, and so it looks like now they might be changing it up, and it was an onside kick, the first kick. So maybe Watson's that guy to kick a squib kick in the middle of the field. As we'll see what they do. But Walnut leads 6-0. 4:06 remaining in the first quarter of the Joe Bowl. It's going to be, just a little pooch kick. Oh, and Faulkner has a little bit of trouble handling it. They do fall on it at the 34-yard line. So a turnover saved there by Faulkner, and the Eagles are going to have another good set of field positioning as they start the second drive.
Yeah, let's see what Faulkner does to come in here. And I hate to say this, Owen, but they're going to look for somebody besides Chris Nunley. They target him for three straight times. Nunley's a great athlete, but Walnut knows that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're wanting to establish a playmaker early, and so you try to hit your man a couple times. So I feel like you said, this time, although they're going to get the ball in his hands somehow, some way, they're going direct snap to Nunley, and he's going to run out to the left side. He avoids a tackler. He's to the outside, and there's that speed you talk about as Nunley is down to the 45-yard line of Walnut. The Eagles are in Wildcat territory, and that speed, like you say, there's an old saying among ball coaches, John, is speed kills, and we see Nunley kill the Walnut defense right there.
That's exactly what I was talking about in our pregame. Does Walnut contain number 11, Skylar Wilbanks, had Nunley in the backfield, and Nunley just outran him. That's all you can say.
Yeah, no doubt about it, John. It is a great play, and it leads to a first down again for Faulkner, and they like the result so much they're going to do it again. Nunley going to put a man in motion as well once again, and this time they're going to fake the handoff again, and Nunley breaks the tackle. Yep. He's to the outside, and he's going to go out at about the 40-yard line. Man, Chris Nunley, he's a dynamic runner.
Right, and that was number 22, one of the best defenders that had Nunley with hands on him. I mean, and Coach Meeks, if our Coach Bennett, Coach Moore there, dude, you got to get him down right there. You've got to get him behind that line of scrimmage. Whatever it takes. Don't grab him up around the shoulder pads. He'll outrun you.
Yeah, and it's kind of a difference that you see, and we'll see if this equates. But so far, Faulkner, they did allow the score, but they were swarming to the football, making a lot of big tackles. It made Walnut kind of dink and dime them down the field, slow burn to the end zone. But so far, it's been one man out in space and nobody else there. The Walnut defense is going to have to do a better job of containing the outsides as well as bringing Nunley down in open space.
Let's hear a quick word from our sponsors. Come back and more from here at the Joe Bowl. 6-0 when we return here on CV19 Sports.
Business financial services, from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Good luck to our local athletes from Faulkner Baptist Church. Brother Jeff Moore, pastor. Sunday school at 9:30, worship 10:30. Worship on Wednesday for 3-year-olds through 12th grade starts with a meal at 5:45 p.m. and classes following at 6:15.
Tippah County Farm Bureau wishes good luck to our local teams this season. Helping you is what they do best. Give Tony McBride.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19 as Faulkner may have found a little bit of something. Chris Nunley taking the snaps directly. He'll do it again, and this time, once again, he'll put his man in motion, number 22. Fake it, and now he's going to cut up the left side. He's looking to throw the football, John. He's going to chunk it down the field. Oh, and he had a man streaking open. I believe that was number 15, Gavin Woolley, who, if he catches that one in stride, he is in the end zone just a bit out of his reach.
Quarterback right out there. Your normal starting cornerback in Woolley. Quarterback who so let's see what the Eagles drop here.
It's 3rd down and 6, so you wonder, it all depends here, John, if your philosophy, I think if you're in 4-down territory. If you're in 4-down territory, then you probably keep Nunley in your backfield, and, you might run it again. But if maybe if we don't get any yards here, we're just going to punt this football away. You play it with Woolley, and so that is what they're going to do. It's going to be Woolley back in at quarterback, Nunley out in the slot. That's going to be Jojo Swinford to the left of him as the halfback here. They're going to take a snap. Woolley fires, and he found his man for a first down. What a throw and a tightrope to Miles Mitchell, who's going to be brought down by Adrian Palmer at about the 30-yard line of Walnut. Big 3rd down conversion by Faulkner, their first tonight.
Well, Mitchell gets a little bit better position on Palmer that time as he cuts inside Palmer, and Palmer stays over the top. So big conversion there as Mitchell converts that down for Faulkner. Woolley back under center shotgun formation. Give screen out to Mitchell. Out to Nunley. Nunley makes man miss. Gets that run out of bounds by number 22 Leak and a host of other Wildcats.
You see just again that dynamic athleticism from Nunley. That's a catch where most players they're falling there, slipping on their heels and falling down for a loss or a gain of nothing. But instead, Nunley's able to catch his footing and somehow gets a first down out of that. Hey, we talked about needing to target somebody else than Nunley. You're going to have to win the football game. But for right now, while Walnut's not able to contain him, feed him all you can.
Right now they switch sides of the field, just Nunley and
Winford's going to move over to the right side also. Woolley takes the snap, looks to slant over the middle. Caught! Miles Mitchell, touchdown, Faulkner.
He beats Palmer on a streak route. And Palmer knew it.
Yeah, like you said, John, it was just you, and that's why you talk about needing to find somebody else, and you're right, and that's where they found Miles Mitchell. You go to Nunley so many times that when they fake that bubble screen and, what's showing there is Miles Mitchell is supposed to be showing kind of like he's going to block for a screen and then makes a quick cut to the inside. Palmer wasn't ready for it. He was ready to play down, and so he got on the outside to try to leverage against Nunley, and so it left Mitchell wide open in the middle for a slant. What a play design by Coach Walton, and the Faulkner Eagles have a chance to what I would have to believe is their first chance to take a lead in the Joe Bowl in quite some time.
That's going to be number 10, Rudez. Back kick. Snap back up, and they fumble.
You got to get on that one, even if you don't score it. Yeah, you just got to get back on that one, not let it be returned for 2. So, in the end, John, it's a tied-up Joe Bowl, 6-6, just under 3 minutes to go. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are in for a good one. Back here in just a moment on RCTV 19.
John McElwain, Haston Cross, Josh Miller, Arcoli Reno a call at 662-837-7102 or stop by and see them at 1909 City Avenue North in Ripley. Farrell Ward Ford in Ripley says good luck to our local teams and athletes this season. They are your home for quality cars, trucks, and SUVs in North Mississippi since 1952. Give them a call at 662-837-3001 or stop by 1524 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Fiesta Grill sends their best.
Welcome back to Faulkner High School. Rudez, and I'm not going to try to Gerardo Rudez. Owen, you want to tackle that one? Number 10, is it Gerardo?
Yeah, that's going to be Gerardo Rudez. Gerardo Rudez. Yeah. That's what it's going to be.
Of course. We get to see a good kicker tonight, but tomorrow night, folks, come to Ripley to see one of probably the best kickers in the state in Freddie Lopez. So, got to give a shout out to our kicker.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Make sure you're Ripley and Kossuth tomorrow, I believe, should be a very good game. Make sure you catch that one on RCTV 19. Pooch kick to Clifton. Clifton's got it whole. Oh, Clifton's out to the 50. He's to the 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. I don't think they're going to catch him. He is in the end zone. Touchdown, Walnut.
Wow. And right there, folks, we said it. Might be the quickest player on the team. Absolutely turned on the afterburners and left a Faulkner team in the dust. They had one man that caught him. He took a good angle. Clifton just outran him.
Man, we talked about it, and I mentioned it. You mentioned it as well. You know, Clifton, they tried to get him on the outside earlier, said, look, he's big, but he's sneaky athletic. And right there, he showed that athleticism. My goodness, Clifton caught it, it was like the Red Sea parted, a hole in the middle, and he just ran and ran and ran. Run, Forrest, run. He is in the end zone for a big momentum shift as they're going to hand it to Gray, and he finds his way into, and all of a sudden, it was Faulkner tied up the Joe Bowl for about 13 seconds of game time, but immediately on a kick return by Zyler Clifton, Walnut retakes the lead.
We'll hear word from our sponsors. Come back 13-6 when we return.
Season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Purpose, community, mission. These are easy to find on the field, but can they be found in life?
Hey, I'm Cody Dunaway. I'm the student pastor at the First Baptist Church of Ripley, and I'd like to personally invite you to come hang out with our team on Wednesday nights. We start with a free meal at 5:30, and then we...
Welcome back to Faulkner High School. We do appreciate our sponsors. If your ad gets cut short, we do apologize, because this game is moving quite fastly. Coming around great back in the kick for the Wildcats. He's going to pooch this one right over the middle, and boy, they got to have to recover.
That's in no man's land, John. Faulkner was able to fall on it. We're going to get the number on that. Credit that man, number 9 for Faulkner. That is Graydon Newby, who saved a possession for Faulkner because that one fell straight on no man's land.
Let's see what Faulkner comes out here. Let's see if they're going to go back with Nunley in that quarterback. Don't look like they're going to go with Nunley quarterback. They're going to go with Woolley. Looks like they're going to go with a 2-back set maybe with number 1 Mitchell and they're going to split Mitchell out wide. So they're going to keep Woolley and number 2, JoJo Swifford in there in the backfield. Let's see if Walnut makes some adjustments.
So it'll be Woolley who drops back to throw, And he'll pump fake, tries to avoid some pressure. Oh, and he's going to take a big hit. It's good to see Woolley get right back up after that because he took a strong hit. That's the first sack of the ball game.
I don't know, number 15 for the Wildcats. That's going to be.
That's Connor Morgan. He did a great job. Credit Camarion Gray. He's the one that jumped and got behind Woolley that forced him to try to step up and run with it, and it left him on a tee for Connor Morgan. He came in with like a driver, just swung at full force, and what a big hit on Woolley. And all of a sudden, this was a crowd, even after the kick return, that was still trying to stay high, and all of a sudden, it went really quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, Faulkner going to have to get the fans going to get back behind their seats. This game is still very winnable. So we'll see what Faulkner did. See their fans hurry the team up.
1 second, they're going to snap it. It's a little high, and so they'll throw it out, and it's caught by Miles Mitchell. Mitchell puts his shoulder down. Great open field tackle by Trenton Braddock of Walnut. As this is, this has been a physical football game so far.
Right,
John.
and Mitchell does a great job as Faulkner barely gets that one off, and Mitchell gets out in open space. And I love the scheme of Faulkner so far. They're getting their athletes out in open space, stretching the field with their running backs, their two barn burner receivers, and Mitchell and Nunley. Now they're going to run Nunley at a slot, and boy, that's going to be a linebacker's nightmare right there. It's like they're going to have great.
It's going to be third down and 5. Woolley, took a big hit as he threw. It falls on the ground, incomplete, and that was just a full-out blitz by Coach Meeks, and it was a perfect call for there.
Number 7 in there quickly. That's Mason Wilbanks, who gets in there very quickly. Also, number 17 in there. That's Carson Jones. Jones, just a freshman, getting some play time on that front line. As he got those nice green shoes on. Boy, you can't miss him.
No, you definitely can't. And you couldn't miss him there either. I mean, he and Walnut brought in a big rush, and it was just a perfectly timed blitz. And so it's going to force Faulkner to punt the football yet again as Nunley is going to get one that's going to take another Faulkner bounce. Second time in as many punts that it does so. It's going to fall down inside the 30-yard line.
And I will give credit here. That was a nice spiraling kick by
Yeah, it really was. Nunley showing he can affect the game in all facets tonight, offensively, defensively, and punting the football.
And you want to try to get in a quick word, or you want to stay here?
We'll stay here.
Yeah, they're quickly coming out on the field with about 54 seconds left to go.
And we do appreciate all of our sponsors for allowing us to put this on tonight, and we will give all the time we can. And this is an interesting turn because you think a lot of times we watch a Walnut game. All right, well we're going to have the time, but Coach Meeks and Coach Bennett has their squad out on the field quickly, ready to run their offense that has been a lot more up-tempo than we usually see from Walnut. So they're going to hand it off on a jet sweep and having a little bit of trouble seeing the number through the glass. I believe that's Jack Leak. Yes, it was. He's going to be brought down after a gain of about 1 or 2. Good job by the Faulkner defense.
Yeah, nothing fancy there, just a little toss sweep because they don't pull the tackle or guard that time. Walnut's persona has always been known to pull those tackles and guards, but that time just a base sweep, and Faulkner does a good job defending there by number 50. Matthews up there. Tate Matthews.
Direct snap to Drew Jackson, and he's got himself a little bit of a hole. He's going to be finally held up after about 3 or 4 yards by the Faulkner defense. Going to, again, try to – I believe Nunley was in on that, as well as let's see, number 6, that's Braden Moore, also in on that tackle. Third down and about 5 coming up. And, John, before we get to the third down play, I want to mention a score of interest. Amory leading Saltillo as we hit the end of the first here, 17-0, their first game playing at Tupelo this year. As their field's being rebuilt. So Amory starting strong there.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout. So
it's the end of the first quarter.
Wow.
Yes, end of the first quarter. It has flown by with these up-tempo offenses. So these two teams getting going, and it has been Walnut off to a strong start. 14-6. Make sure you keep it here. More Joe Bowl action coming up here on RCTV 19.
And we're not afraid to answer some difficult questions along the way. Hope to see you there.
Go by and see Ripley First Franklin at 1703 City Avenue North in Ripley, or give them a call at 662-512-5808.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley. Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Sometimes trouble happens.
We welcome you back, RCTV 19. First play of the second quarter. Walnut, 3rd down and 5. They're going to put Leak in motion left to right. And now it's the direct snap to Drew Jackson. Oh, it's a little speed option. And Clifton's going to be brought down about a yard short. So Coach Meeks in his own territory is going to have a decision to make here on 4th and 1.
Well, does Coach Ben in the offense roll the dice here? I think, this is win or go home. I really think you're got the momentum. Faulkner going to have to stop them. They're just going to man up and stop them.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you asked me, and like you said, you're up 14-6. You've had a successful run game so far. This is a no-brainer for me. You're going for it heavy set here on 4th and 1. Make them stop your heavy set for more than a yard. They're going to hand it to Clifton, and they might have done it. Let's see.
No.
It's going to he was able to just find his way out and around the pile. Oh, man.
That was
what
Sada.
Yeah, I mean, that was that. I thought they were handing it up the middle to Clifton, and they just had a big bunch in the middle, and on the initial push, I think Faulkner stopped him short, but he was able to weasel his way around to the outside of the line and fall forward.
Number 65 and number 68, I believe, in there for I was McDaniel and Bostic in there. They really plugged up the hole, but good job by Sada reading that line and getting outside. And here goes the toss to Clip.
Toss to Gray to the right side.
Gains about 4.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 6. You mentioned the name, number 66, Brady Bostic, and this is outside of the game, but gotta mention it. I saw it on the way up here and talking to some of the guys in the booth up here. Brady Bostic, you see the Eagle out on the field tonight. He's responsible for that, freehanding that logo in the middle. That's one of the more impressive things I've heard a high school football player do, and this off the field. So, it looks fantastic.
Yeah,
so shout out to Bostic and his family helping him prepare for that, as this field looks fantastic tonight for 2nd down and 6 between Walnut and Faulkner. He's stopped in the backfield, and it is a couple of hosts of Eagles in on it. Number 4, Wyatt McDaniel, and number 24, Wyatt Gray, going to bring up 3rd down and long, and this might be the first time we've seen Walnut in 3rd and long tonight, John.
Yeah, Walnut just seemed like they were just like, whoa, stuck in mud there that time, and it play just developed before Walnut could, and Faulkner got in the backfield before that play really developed. So let's see what they draw up here. They're going to send Palmer and Leak out one side, Gray, and I can't see that it was with Gray on the other side.
It's 3rd down and 10. Jackson's going to take, looks to throw, football on the ground, and Jackson's able to get it back. He took a big hit. Wyatt McDaniel, have yourself a 2nd quarter, young man, as he hits Jackson on the backside and on his blind side, and is able to force a fumble, get a sack, and it's recovered by Walnut, but they're going to have to punt on 4th and about 16.
4th. So they're going to send Nunley back deep. Clifton's going to be back deep now. And Faulkner going to have to play a little defense too, because Clifton could very well pull the ball down, run it. I don't think he will, but this could give Faulkner a very short field. So we'll see how this could turn out for Faulkner here.
Punt is away, and I think that one stayed low, and it did, John, and it bounced outside, out of bounds on the far side of the field.
Still walking.
This may get to midfield. It's going to get to the 47-yard line. So Faulkner needing to tie this football game, 9 minutes, a little bit under it, and to go in the first half. 14-6, Walnut leads, but Faulkner, with as they've had all night, John, very good field position.
Yeah, and again, we hate not to go to commercial break. Both teams right back out there, folks. So both teams are not wasting any time on offense. And if I'm Coach Walton here now, I'm not getting in his mind, but I almost go for the jugular here.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd stretch the field here.
We're going to see. It looks like Palmer is playing Miles Mitchell a little bit deep, and so they're going to throw it out to Nunley in the flat. Nunley able to run for a few yards.
Much better play that time by number 22, Jack Leak. And that's going to be a personal foul on Chris Nunley.
Oh, and that's a big personal foul. Obviously, first off, because of the yardage, but two, you pick up that first personal foul in the first half, one more, and you're gone. And Faulkner cannot afford to lose Chris Nunley.
Yeah. As they were getting up, he pushed him. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looked like, Nunley just a little bit of anger, really wanting to break that run to the outside, and he was brought down. And, we've talked about it before in the heat of the moment, you want a guy off of you, and maybe you're not, trying to be super malicious, but you don't realize how it can come off. And
the referee just happened to be there, right place. I hate to say this, but the referee was in the right place at the right time. Bad timing for Nunley, but and that is going to be a personal foul, and that will be his first. That will be a 15-yard penalty assessed from the spot of the foul, I believe, right?
Yes, it's going to be 15 yards from the spot of the foul. That's dead ball too, John. So it's going to also it'll come with the down being played. So it's not 1st and 25. It's going to be about 2nd and 23.
Right.
So obviously a big penalty there.
And Coach Walton is absolutely admonishing his team. He's telling Nunley, son, what are you thinking? If I'm Coach Walton, I'm in Nunley's ear, son. What are you thinking?
And they just came out and talked to Nunley again, and I would have to assume you're saying, look, you got us in this situation. Now you better bust your tail to get us out of it. So 2nd down, and what we would have to assume is about 23 yards to go, as it's going to be.
They put Nunley in their quarterback, so let's see. They're going to run that sweet formation. Now
and now he is kind of caught no man's land. Wait, he's got a chance. He's going to throw the football deep, wide open. 22. He is on the field. 15, 10, 5. And if it stands somehow, he is in the end zone for a touchdown. JoJo Swinford. There is a flag in the backfield. You would have to assume it's coming back. But what a play by Nunley to survive. And Swinford was able to catch it, make a man miss.
They're going to get him for like a blindside block, I believe, here. I don't know if Joey caught that as the play developed. Nunley come around the corner. It's either going to be that or holding, I believe.
We'll see what the call is. And, it is holding, and that's going to you talk about a momentum killer. And, you had to you knew it was probably coming back, but you had to enjoy that play in all its glory. I mean, what an escape by Nunley and a dime of a throw.
Yeah, did a great job throwing the ball, and I don't know who that was. Was that Swinford? 22?
That was Swinford. I mean, he threw it on a rope. Down 35 yards down the field, an impressive throw for Nunley, and sadly, it won't stay. And now all of a sudden, you're looking at 2nd and unmanageable. So unless you hit a play like that again. So we'll see what the Faulkner offense does here. 8:36 remaining in the second quarter, 14-6. Walnut still leading Faulkner.
And Walnut going to play close defense here, close to the sack, close to the.
So they're going to throw it over the middle, looking for Nunley, and it is incomplete, just a little bit too far out in front of him. And John on 3rd down here, 3rd and, like I said, unachievable pretty much. What do you do? I mean,
and if you're Coach Bennett, you almost put 2 on Nunley and dare him to beat you.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, right here, obviously, I mean, you just – I don't know what you do if you're Faulkner offensively. Defensively, you're Walnut, just nothing behind you. And they're only going to go with they're going to drop back 2 safeties late. And so Wooley's going to step up. He throws deep, and, it is incomplete. They are not going to throw a flag. The fans were wanting it.
Both players were fighting for that one. So I think maybe a good no call there by officials. It could have been either way. I think that Palmer may be a little handsy, but the officials obviously didn't see it that way. So it'll be a first, 4th down as the.
Either way, it's a killer. That's one. That's one of those situations, John, where it's kind of up to the officials' interpretation, because it was a pretty good throw, by Woolley to have to throw it that far down the field, but it was just a hair underthrown. So Nunley was trying to fight to get back to the football inside of it. So he ran through the DB, and that's a call that's a pretty controversial as to whether it's pass interference or not. But in this case, works out for the Wildcats that it wasn't. They're going to get great field position. Their best of the night at the 42-yard line, as we'll quickly try to hear a quick word for our sponsors. Come back for more on RCTV 19.
Be afraid to ask for help. I'm attorney Philip Hearn. Raising my family here in North Mississippi, I've tried to teach my kids to help others. I learned that from my parents. And as your North Mississippi lawyer, I want to help you too. If you've been hurt in a traffic accident, a truck wreck, or
back to Faulkner High School. Both teams again quickly back out on the field. Is
you call?
No team is burning any.
Let's get started.
Burning any grass.
Make your first phone call to Hearn Law Firm.
No, they're really not. And I mean, this is
Good luck,
so
Aiden
far,
and the
like
Ripley
we talked about,
Tigers
it's been
from
an interesting
Heavener
tempo
Electric.
from both teams as they
Anderson
go
Pest Control
misdirection
wishes
inside of
good luck
Clifton.
to
He's
all our
out on the
Tippah County
run,
teams and
breaks the
athletes this
tackle,
football
sidesteps
season.
another, and he is
Ripley
got a
House
gain of
of
about 9
Flowers
yards.
says
He's
good
into
luck
Faulkner
to Tippah
territory
County
at
teams
29
this
and
football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at
it's going to be about a
1014
yard
City
short.
Avenue
The way
North
that,
in Ripley.
they've been able to run power tonight. You don't figure that it's going to be too much of an issue for Walnut to get this first down, but we'll see
On the square
if Faulkner can find a way to
our
we apologize there. I kept clicking for the ads to leave, and they kept coming back on, so apologies there. But 2nd down and 1, they're going to fake a toss play action. Drew Jackson's going to look deep. He's got a man wide open. It's caught in stride, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he is, let's see if they say he stepped out in the end zone. Touchdown.
Who was that?
That was, I believe, we're going to have to get a number for sure. That's number 3, Trenton Braddock, who caught it.
Speed to burn.
It was a great corner route ran by him, and on that far side of the field, you couldn't tell if he had towed the sideline or not, but he was able to keep his steps in bounds. And all of a sudden, Walnut has extended their lead out to 2 scores here with a chance to make it a little bit extra pending the 2-point conversion. Right now, as it stands, 20-6, Walnut leading by 14.
Nice play design by Coach Bennett as he faked the dive, faked the end around, and just run a little, I guess, halfback out in the flat.
And they're going to toss it to Gray. Gray sidesteps in. He'll walk on into the end zone. 22-6. Walnut starting to flex a little bit of muscle here. Faulkner coming up on a drive that they will desperately need to find some sustainability on offense. As we come back, 7:38 remaining in the first half. Walnut 22, Faulkner 6 back here.
Give them a call at 662-993-9350 or visit inonthesquare.info to book reservations for you or your out-of-town guests at one of their unique rooms. Check them out today on the Square in Ripley at 113 North Main Street. J.M. Duncan wishes good luck to our teams and athletes. For all your paving and asphalt needs, call J.M. Duncan Incorporated at the office, 662-882-3231, or Matt at 662-587-2211.
We welcome you back on RCTV 19. Again, 22-6, Walnut leading over Faulkner as we get close to the halftime break. And so we'll see. Walnut has kicked it short all night. I would expect it to be the same here.
Yeah, and again, thank you for all of our sponsors. Again, we hate that we're having to cut these ad streams short, but these teams are just going in such a hurry, trying to get these scores in. And 22-6, 7:38, second period of action. So we're very close to halftime. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have the whole entire ad stream, and we want to thank every one of those young men for and businesses for all they do.
They're going to kick that one short. It bounces. Oh, and it's on the foot ground, and Walnut's got the football.
Wow,
John, that
what
was
a break.
Such an awkward bounce, and it ends up finding its way into the hands of Walnut. And, that's one where, you kick it, an onside kick enough. The percentages are not great, but eventually they do fall in your favor.
Well, and I don't think that was an intentional onside kick because it come off the side of his foot. It just hit the young man right, as we've said a couple years ago, the worst place, right in the hands, hits him in the chest. He does fall. He maybe tries to field it instead of fall on it, and that causes a turnover and going to bring Walnut back out on offense.
They've kicked it short all night, and you kick it short, hoping for something like that to happen. So it plays well for Walnut. 1st and 10. Jackson's going to drop back. He rolls right, throws across to the right side to Gray, and it is incomplete. Sails over the head of Camarion Gray, his intended receiver.
Right.
So 2nd down and 10 coming up, and all of a sudden this goes from you were going to say, okay, well, Faulkner needs to find a good drive on offense, even if it only leads to 3 points. Now Faulkner defense has got to go up and get a stop
here. They've got to get off the field with less than 3 points.
Yeah, well, no doubt about it. As it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Walnut Wildcats as they will go heavy set this time. Might want to look to the toss to the right side. No, they're going to hand it off left. Stutter step, and there's going to be a flag in the backfield. Gray brought down for a gain of about 3, but I think it's coming back due to holding.
Yeah, I believe the holding is the call going to be against this our sideline, maybe spot foul, so that'd be 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
So it will back it up, and Walnut, we've seen tonight they've been able to convert these a couple of times, these deep 2nd and longs, and they've been able to make it 3rd and manageable and convert it from there. We'll see if they're able to do so here. Faulkner, they got the break they needed now defensively. They've got to hold on 2nd down and 20 to prevent a stop, to get a stop and get the football back before we get to the halftime break.
Right, and it's going to be the same formation, power, fake the give, send a man deep.
And, it was nearly intercepted. Chris Nunley had the jump on that football, might have gotten there, might have timed it just a little off as to when he collided with the receiver, so he couldn't handle it. Maybe a half second earlier, and Nunley is going for 6 the other way.
And Zasada is going to be a little shaken up. So he's going to come out of the game for just a minute there. As him and Nunley collided at exactly the same. I mean, that was a really good play by Nunley. And with you, Peyton, he catches that ball. He may still be running.
Mm-hmm, no doubt about it. 3rd down and 20 coming up for the Walnut offense. Faulkner just one play away from the stop they desperately need. And so we're going to have a timeout. And
timeout, I believe.
Ooh, I got to be honest, John. I'm not so sure I like that call from the officials for the heat timeout there. Play clock was down to about 5, and they called a heat timeout. I'm all for player safety. Don't get me wrong. The heat timeouts are great, but maybe you call it a little bit earlier. But you just save Walnut from a delay of game right there.
And if not, it's going to be very close to it. So
regardless, heat timeout, 7:12 remaining in that first half. We'll bring you back for more RCTV 19 football.
Lindsay Davis and Associates. We love our Tippah County teams. Do your best. Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency, 2009 Highway 15 North, Ripley. A proud supporter of Ripley Tiger football. First.
Welcome back to Faulkner High School. Let's see what the Wildcats draw up here. Going to see 4 wide. Going to have Drew Jackson and Zyda Clifton in the backfield.
And so 3rd down and 20 yards to go. As we have a little bit of a holdup. We'll see what we're waiting on. I think they're saying maybe the lights are in the – I don't know what – something about the lights. I don't know. We'll see. There's a little bit of a holdup here. But 3rd down and 20.
What's up, Joey?
As the Walnut offense is going to be waiting, ready to go on 3rd down and long when they get the chance.
Okay, now I have a clarification. There were headlights in the light and out there, so that's
headlights.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, 3rd down and 20. Palmer in motion, left to right, play action. Jackson steps back, gonna heave one deep. He's got Jack Leak wide open. Oh, and he just couldn't get it in the correct spot of Jack Leak's catch radius. It falls just over his hands, and Leak was going to score if he was able to catch that one in stride, but instead, Walnut, you would have to expect punts the football here.
Yeah, and if they do, it's going to be a big stop for the Faulkner off defense as they bow their back and the onside kick, and I would very much expect Coach Bennett to stay close to the cloth here and kick this one to Clifton.
And so it will be a kick away by Clifton, and he will get it in the air, and it will die. And, it takes a wonderful Faulkner bounce as it was
right
going to die right about midfield. And so the Faulkner offense, again, fantastic field position, waiting on them. When we come back from our timeout, here for more RCTV 19 football.
Ripley.
North Mississippi Primary Healthcare wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this season. Check out our locations in Ripley, Walnut, Ashland, and across North Mississippi. Check them out online at nmphc.org. Quality Glass has been in business for over 40 years and wants to say good luck to our Tippah County players. You can lower your utilities with vinyl replacement windows. Call them today at 837-3615 for free estimates and lifetime warranties. RES is a locally owned and operated full-service waste disposal company. Give them a call for all of your waste disposal needs at 662-837-4087 or check them out online at resdisposal.com.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever,
Welcome back to Faulkner High School. Faulkner going to come out off at 7:03 remaining before the half as that drive from Walnut just kind of falls. Really good field position, and they just never could get the ball going on that possession. So we'll see what Faulkner does here. Be back to pass. No, they're going to give.
It's a keep by Woolley. He's got a lane up the middle. He's to the 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. He is down about the 7-yard line, and it is the quarterback read option that leads Gavin Woolley to a first and goal situation for the Faulkner offense.
Well, and that's that read option that Faulkner's really struck. That's something we didn't talk about much is Faulkner's new style offense is this, what the college are going to, what the RPO, the read option, where the quarterback has the opportunity to read the defensive end crashes, the middle linebacker crashes, he takes off, and that's just how that works. So a good read there by Gavin as he gains a huge chunk of yards there, almost, 50 yards?
Yeah, I mean, they're at midfield, and they're going to be spotted, I would say, based on my eye, around the 8-yard line. So a gain of about 42 is what we're going to say. And so after that big gain, the Faulkner offense wasn't ready. They had to call a timeout to avoid a delay of game there. And the Faulkner coaching staff not happy, saying, look, great gain's great, but you can't lose your mind after one big gain and force us to burn a timeout. So we'll see what Faulkner has when we come back first and goal. 6:27 remaining in the first half on RCTV 19.
Quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance. Check out the Rusty Tub on Facebook for weekly sales, including 50% off all clothing and shoes, 15% off decor, and 10% off furniture. Each week, there is a weekly spotlight special. Local delivery available, along with gift certificates and free gift wrapping. Hand-poured refillable soy wooden wick candles are made in-store. Give them a call at 662-701-7722 or go by 1115.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19. First down and goal after the big rushing gain from Gavin Woolley, the quarterback. He'll take the snap here, running back to his left, and it's going to be a pass. Rushes to the right side. Oh, and he fell down. Couldn't get the football away. And so after the big gain, you're going to lose about 6 or 7 yards. It's going to back it up to second down and goal at about the 14-yard line.
And that was big number 72 in there, or 73, Conrad. Or I'm not sure if that's the right roster, so we're trying to get these young men's names as right as possible.
Yeah, but either way, a big loss, and now Faulkner, you got to wonder if they don't try to target Nunley here on second down to try to get some of that back with his ability to be dynamic in space. Second down, and they're going to try to go back to that fake bubble slant, and now Woolley's going to take it inside. He's still powering over a couple of men. He's down to the 5-yard line. And, John, they went back to that same play that scored the touchdown early, the fake bubble screen slant by Miles Mitchell, and credit to Palmer and Walnut. They were ready for it that time.
Yeah, they looked much more prepared that time to Walnut. On that play is Mitchell did not get under Palmer, outside Palmer that time, so credit Coach Meeks and that defensive unit there for being prepared for this play. And I tell you what, Walnut, those front 3 or 4 of Walnut are really getting after Woolley here.
And so it will be third down, in about 5, and there's going to be a flag thrown. Let's see what the flag is for. 12 men on the field for Faulkner. Oh, and just another killer procedural penalty. And so it'll back up this team to about the 10-yard line, 3rd and goal. And so now you wonder what your strategy is if you're Faulkner.
And that was Isaiah Skinner, the young man for the transfer in from, I believe, Kentucky, Wisconsin area, that up in the north. And so,
they're having some more trouble, John. They had 10 men on the field for just a second. Now they'll go under center. And it's going to be roll back. Woolley fires in zone, and that one's intercepted. Camarion Gray, he's got just Woolley to beat. And he will be taken down at about the 39-yard line. And so Woolley, he just locked in on his first read and just slung it over, and Camarion Gray was right there to step in front of it. That is a big momentum shift in favor of the Wildcats.
Or was that Palmer?
They're
both so tall.
It looked initially to me like Camarion Gray, but it may not have been. If so, my apologies.
It was Adrian Palmer.
It was Adrian Palmer. I apologize. On that far side of the field, it's hard to tell. But credit Adrian Palmer for jumping in front of that football and taking it back to about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and at the end of that route, he let him know he was coming.
So 1st down and 10 now the other way. It's going to be Walnut, again, heavy set. 4:53 remaining, the clock ticking as Gray runs it to the right side. He's got a gain of about 5 as he'll go out of bounds.
Nice gain there for about 5-6 yards. And that's what if Walnut can stay 5-6 yards, 4 yards on 1st down, they're going to win a lot of ball games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt about it, John. I mean, they've been able tonight to really.
Okay, so they bring it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we're going to have a holding call, but even with the penalty, it still doesn't change the fact that tonight Walnut, when they've been flag free, they have had successful 1st down plays, and you get ahead of a chains, and that's a big part of succeeding on the football field, especially offensively. So Walnut needs to keep that trend up. Look, again, spot foul, so it's going to go back to about 1st, and I would say that's about to my 16, 17. Just try to get it back. Not all at once, but instead Jackson does look like he's going to fire over the middle, and he's got a man wide open, and that one could have been intercepted by Miles Mitchell off the hands of Trenton Braddock. It hung in the air for a second, and Miles Mitchell just a little bit too far left when it bounced back right.
Right, and that kind of looked like a busted play, but Jackson looked up and saw both Leak and Trenton Braddock in the same area, and they kind of really crossed paths. I may have messed each other up there on that play. Does Braddock and Leak?
Yeah, it was a slow developing play, and you got to. You really just gotta find a way to get more of a pass rusher. You can't give them that time to develop. As on 2nd down, they're going to go with a screen here to Clifton, and a fantastic tackle in open space by that was number 6, Braden Moore, who we've called his name a couple of times for some big tackles, and so it will put Walnut at 3rd down and about 12.
They're going to sub out Palmer here.
So we'll see what Walnut decides to go here. They've went heavy set for the most part since their first couple of drives. We haven't really seen them go back to that spread, and it'll be the same here. They're going to go heavy set. 3rd down and about 12. We'll see if they go with a rollout here. They're going to try to
draw off sides as Coach Bennett.
They will take a timeout as the play clock clicked down to 2. 3 minutes, 57 seconds remaining. It is third down, about 12 for Walnut. Faulkner trying to get the football back before the halftime break here on RCTV 19.
North in Ripley.
Rutherford's Auto Sales, Garage, and Wrecker Service in Faulkner, Mississippi says good luck to the Falkner Eagles. Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Stone's Jewelry is your local hometown store for fine jewelry with a price to fit every budget. Local made products, Mississippi made pottery, and unique jewelry you can only find at Stone's. They also offer repairs, bereavements, and special gifts for everyone. Stop in and see Nancy, Miss Joanne at Stone's in Ripley or Tupelo. Remember, when you think of jewelry, think of Stone's.
Sugar Lane Concrete wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this season.
We welcome you back here. Third down and 12 for the Walnut offense, leading 22-6. 3:50 remaining in the first half. Jackson going to step back. Now he's going to run forward, fumble the football, and it is Eagle football as they fall on it at about the Walnut 39. That's a big turnover as once again, Faulkner with prime field position to try to get back in this football game.
Yeah, big mistake that time by Drew Jackson. Usually pretty handy with the ball, and that time, young man from Faulkner. I didn't get the name, but comes in from behind and really puts us does the old.
He punched it out. I mean,
he punches out and
just a great heads-up play, and it gives Faulkner once again fantastic field position. That's been the story of the night for Faulkner. Great field position, but unable to capitalize on it. So we'll see if they can change it here, change their fortune as 3:44 remains in the first half. 1st and 10 for Faulkner. They're going to go shotgun, trip set to the right. Dunley, one of those slot receivers. Drop back. Woolley looks. Now he's going to scramble to the left side. He's got a little bit of running room. He's going to put his shoulder down. And why get 6 when you can put your shoulder down and get 9? What a run by Gavin Woolley. And you got to credit a quarterback that's, not afraid to put their head down and, get physical.
Yeah, Woolley, he's a baller. He does not much improved quarterback than Gavin Wood. I will say that much. As we watched him last year, kind of struggle, kind of finding his identity. Went to a couple camps this year, man. He looked so much better out on the field for Faulkner this year. I will give him all the credit in the world for all the work he's put in the preseason, postseason preseason. So he's done a great job, and so has these Faulkner Eagles.
2nd down and 2. Woolley's going to throw a little screen pass out to Nunley, and he's got some open space. 25, cuts back, 20, and I think he might have gotten away with a face mask. It looked like it to me on my side, but either way, no call on the field, but it's more than enough for a first down. Down inside the red zone is Faulkner once again.
First down, Faulkner Eagles.
So Faulkner with quickly making work and moving down the field as this clock ticks inside 3 minutes to go in the first half.
I thought the official was going to signal a penalty there as he looked to the sideline, but there was no official call on that. So the game is confirmed.
First down and 10 from about the 19-yard line is where it's officially spotted. Woolley looking to get the sign from his coaches. Takes a snap, drop back, look to throw. He's going to hit. Oh, he's wide open. It's Nunley. He caught the football, threw a hit. What a catch by Chris Nunley. He'll be down at about the 3-yard line. That was an out and up, and he developed perfectly in a perfectly timed football.
Yeah, nice wheel route that time by they ran Mitchell on that inside the post route, and they just ran Chris Nunley right behind him on a little wheel route, and Gavin Woolley put it right where Nunley was and where the Walnut receiver was not. So nice play there by nice drawn up by Coach Walton.
1st and 10 1st and goal rather than from about the 3-yard line. So they had a turnover in this goal-to-go situation last time. Going to want to try to get a score here as it is Swinford lined up next to Woolley. Drop back to throw. Woolley fighting through some pressure, but he's going to be taken down for a sack at what looks to be about the 6-yard line. So a loss of probably about 2 as it'll bring up second down and goal.
And that was Zyla Clifton and Isaiah Saseda, two of your offensive stars in there on defense. And that's something you still see a lot of in 1A and 2A is that Ironman football where players playing both ways. And there two of your offensive stars come up with a big play and drop Gavin Woodley with a sack there.
Yeah, and, it's the main problem with these spread offenses, John, are when you get in situations like this, you have trouble finding an identity in the red zone. So now you see they're going to bring in two tight ends and go heavy with running back number 23. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and he is going to be stopped short of the goal line at about the 4, maybe 3. So third down and goal coming up again. And like we said, it's really hard. The spread offense obviously relies on being able to spread out, use the grass that you've got, all the open space. When you get down, obviously that open space comes at a premium inside red zone situations.
Right. And that was big number 51, Tyler Rowell, in there on a big play for the Wildcats. Tyler normally wears number 6, but he plays a little bit both ways. So,
they went with a double reverse to Swinford. He might fall in the end zone. Oh, there's a fumble with the football in the end zone, and Walnut recovers it in the end zone. Oh, my goodness. I mean, Swinford looked like he was getting ready to fall into the end zone, and just the football came out at about the 1-yard line, and that is a big turning point.
Yeah,
Let's see if it was recovered in the end zone or if it was recovered just shy of it. Initially, John, it looks like they're marking it about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they're gonna mark that down for about 2-yard line. So we'll see. The Walnut probably just stays pretty vanilla here.
Minute and 2, you're up 2 scores. I'm expecting you get under center and you might just fall forward and take it to the half.
But knowing Coach Bennett, he may not have the same idea we do.
We'll see. Jackson under center from about the 2-yard line, and it will be a handoff. Oh, and Gray's got a hole, but Faulkner, credit to them, they quickly close it, and so he will be brought down at about the 11-yard line.
They've got 2 timeouts, so let's see if Coach Meeks decides to take those to the half.
They're going to move the chain, so it's going to stop it, and we'll see. This will be a good indication if they hurry up on the football or not. And, John, it doesn't look like they're in any hurry to line up on the football. So it looks like we are quickly going to be heading for the end of the first half. As these two teams have battled through a physical first half. And so, yes, Walnut is taking all their sweet time. They're going to run one more play. If it breaks, great. If not, let's just go to the half with our 2-score lead and receiving the football at the halftime break.
That's exactly right.
Jackson will take it. Final play, presumably, of the first half. Gray to the right side. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 15 seconds remain, and we will tick down. And, John, a half where, if you look at it, this could easily be a tied football game, but some critical turnovers, 2 of them in the red zone by Faulkner, has Walnut with a 22-6 lead.
Right, and they're gonna kick this down. We'll hear a word from our sponsors. Hear a complete word from our sponsors. Come back in just a few minutes, analyze the first half, hopefully have some stats, and we'll come back with more TV19 Sports. We return 22-6. Third period of action. We'll return here to
Give the brickwork and bush hogging needs. You can reach them at 662-837-0455.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect, your home in Tippah County for high-speed internet. Give them a call at 662-587-9055 to get set up with their ultra-high-speed internet today.
This program brought to you by the Tippah County Board of Supervisors, Jimmy Gunn, District 1, Greg Harrell, District 2, Mike Graves, District 3, Glenn Michael, District 4, Chad Newby, District 5, Stacy Hill, Board Secretary, Shelley Parker, Administrative Assistant, Melinda Crum, the Board Administrator, and County Attorney Sean Akins. Tippah Tire and Truck Service, your home for tire repair, oil change, brakes, and 24-hour roadside assistance, says good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes. The town of Blue Mountain, Mayor Norton and the Board of Aldermen say good luck to our local teams this season.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services, LLC, specializing in aviation services, 512-0219. Rebel Services, LLC, 5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Walnut Sporting Goods on Highway 15 in Walnut is your place for all your sporting goods and fishing supply needs. Walnut Sporting Goods owner Tim Watson says, "Go Wildcats." Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippah County sports and athletes. Good luck this season from Ward Engineering.
Barkley Catering wishes good luck to our local teams this season. Give them a call at 662-837-2401 for all of your catering needs. Check them out for grazing tables, charcuterie boards, weddings, parties, birthdays, special events, and to-go trays.
E&B Concrete in Ripley says good luck to our local teams and athletes this season. Give them a call at 662-837-3221 for your concrete needs. Cardinal Drive-In wishes good luck to our teams and athletes this season. Stop by and see them at 1807 City Avenue North in Ripley for fresh burgers, hand-cut fries, loaded baked potatoes, ice cream, and more. The City of Ripley, the Mayor, and the Board of Aldermen wish good luck to our Tippah County teams this football season. Creative Awning and Sign wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams this season. For all your awning and sign needs, give them a call at 662-512-0093.
Good luck and do your best. D's Oil, 311 City Avenue South.
Duncan's Pharmacy in Walnut, your Tippah County owned pharmacy, says good luck to our Tippah County teams and athletes this season. Eco Water Systems proudly serves North Mississippi and wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this season. Visit them online at ecowater.com.
Eaton, Babin, Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton, Babin, Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton, Babin, Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Good luck to our local athletes from Faulkner Baptist Church, Brother Jeff Moore, pastor. Sunday school at 9:30, worship 10:30. Worship on Wednesday for 3-year-olds through 12th grade starts with a meal at 5:45 p.m. and classes following at 6:15.
Tippah County Farm Bureau wishes good luck to our local teams this season. Helping you is what they do best. Give Tony McBride, John McElwain, Haston Cross, Josh Miller, or Coley Reno a call at 662-837-7102 or stop by and see them at 1909 City Avenue North in Ripley. Farrell Ward Ford in Ripley says good luck to our local teams and athletes this season. They are your home for quality cars, trucks, and SUVs in North Mississippi since 1952. Give them a call at 662-837-3001 or stop by 1524 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Purpose, community, mission. These are easy to find on the field, but can they be found in life?
Hey, I'm Cody Dunaway. I'm the student pastor at the First Baptist Church of Ripley, and I'd like to personally invite you to come hang out with our team on Wednesday nights. We start with a free meal at 5:30, and then we have class at 6:30 where we explore the Bible, and we're not afraid to answer some difficult questions along the way. Hope to see you there.
Go by and see Ripley First Franklin at 1703 City Avenue North in Ripley, or give them a call at 662-512-5808.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley. Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Sometimes trouble happens. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm attorney Philip Hearn. Raising my family here in North Mississippi, I've tried to teach my kids to help others. I learned that from my parents. And as your North Mississippi lawyer, I want to help you too. If you've been hurt in a traffic accident, a truck wreck, or have insurance trouble, call 601-720-3541. That's my cell. You call, I'll answer. Let's get started. Make your first phone call to Hearn Law Firm.
Good luck, Aiden and the Ripley Tigers from Heavener Electric. Henderson Pest Control wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this football season.
Ripley House of Flowers says good luck to Tippah County teams this football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at 1014 City Avenue North in Ripley.
The Inn on the Square in Ripley says good luck to our local teams and athletes. Give them a call at 662-993-9350 or visit inonthesquare.info to book reservations for you or your out-of-town guests at one of their on the Square in Ripley at 113 North Main Street. J.M. Duncan wishes good luck to our teams and athletes. For all your paving and asphalt needs, call J.M. Duncan Incorporated at the office, 662-882-3231, or Matt at 662-587-2211.
Lindsay Davis and Associates. We love our Tippah County teams. Do your best.
Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency, 2009 Highway 15 North, Ripley.
We welcome you back on RCTV 19 halftime show. It is 22-6, 12 minutes, a little bit of change remaining till we get back started here in the second half. And John, it's been a case of let's go ahead and start talking before we get into stats. Obviously the key to the first half and where it's led us are the two red zone turnovers for Faulkner.
Yeah, the big turnovers for Faulkner, that has really we were just talking to Mr. Pounders and some of the staff here at Faulkner. That has really been the tell of the tape for Faulkner. Without those two turnovers, I really believe this game is 22-14, if not 20-22. It's going to be a completely different game, but Walnut does a great job capitalizing over the turnovers, those two red zone turnovers, and it's 22-6.
Yeah, I mean, it's changes the game completely. Turnovers do, and that was one of my keys. Keys in the first half was don't allow turnovers. Don't give Walnut that chance to get momentum, and that's exactly what they did. So we will talk about that a little bit more, talk about some different things, but let's get these halftime stats in. First for Faulkner, we'll talk about Chris Nunley. He's been obviously one of the main mans. 45 rushing yards, 35 yards receiving, and he's taken a couple direct snaps. And really, John, it's been even though he doesn't have their lone touchdown tonight, he has been the main man responsible for moving Faulkner up and down the football field.
And then you talk, I imagine she's got what are Woolie's numbers on the night?
Woolie currently 85 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and 90 yards rushing. So with that big run, had that big run added, but. So, Nunley has been the weapon a lot of times that Woolie's looked to, but Woolie's done a great job of cupping off some big runs. And it's, again, just they move the football at times, just not able to finish it off. And then Miles Mitchell with the 1 touchdown and 30 yards receiving.
Right. And then we come over to the Wildcat side and led by the two bellbacks of Clifton and Gray. I'm gonna let you have those stats.
Yeah, it's Zyler Clifton, the 70-yard kick return, obviously his big one, 25 rush yards alongside it. The 70-yard kick return really feels like a shift of the game. That's what it really feels like. It was the shift in the game, no doubt about it. Camarion Gray, 35 yards rushing and 2 2-point conversions. Drew Jackson, 65 passing yards, 20 yards rushing, along with 2 fumbles. He is, the Faulkner defense has done a great job of getting to the quarterback tonight and forcing a couple of key fumbles, but no big rewards reaped from it yet so far. And then Trenton Braddock with the 50-yard receiving touchdown earlier on the throw from Jackson. And then it is finally number 4. That is Isaiah Saceda. Thank you. I knew I wouldn't say that name right. He's got 1 touchdown on the night as well for Faulkner, or for Walnut, excuse me. And so that brings us to our 22-6 score. And John, I mean, what's one observation you've taken away from Walnut having the lead tonight?
They've capitalizing. That's something, I grew up a Wildcat, and that's some of the teams may have not always done over the past few years. We did great at times, but it wasn't consistent. And now you see a little bit more of a consistency on capitalizing off turnovers, capitalizing on mistakes, and playing full quarters of football. That's going to be one of my keys. Just a hint to one of my keys to the second half is playing full quarters and going for the juggler. I mean, we saw that last week. Wanted up big. Coach, I don't know if he calls an onside kick, but they kick it onside and throw the deep pass to Palmer right off the gate. And, it was like, where'd this come from? That's not a typical, MO of the Wildcats. And so, that's my key takeaway. For Faulkner is not playing a bad football game at all. If I'm Coach Walton, if I'm in that locker room right now, I'm like, guys, do not hang your heads down. We are playing good football without, I'm preaching up the turnovers. We got to control the ball. But we're still in this ball game. We're 2 scores away from coming right back in this. And with that style offense, we can come back very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look at it. And like you said, Faulkner, I mean, has not played a bad offensive game. It's just been the 2 turnovers that's really kept them from being able to capitalize. And I'm like you. I think this is a game that's probably tied if they don't have the 2 red zone turnovers. But regardless, Faulkner and Walnut currently 22-6 in favor of the Wildcats here in what is the 22nd annual Joe Bowl,
right?
Between these 2 teams. And so, John, what's on your mind?
Well, let's have a little fun.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about this. Right now, as it stands, Utah is leading Florida
17-3.
17-3. So big. But let's look at this coming up weekend of college football.
Yeah,
folks, it is back. It is time. Ole Miss plays this weekend. Both O and I are we kind of lean towards the red and blue of Ole Miss.
Oh, there ain't no lean. It's a full swing. I mean, let's be real here.
We were trying to be nice, but yeah, we're Ole Miss. We're Ole Miss guys. So.
Which I will say, I do expect big things out of both Ole Miss and Mississippi State this year. I think both teams are extremely talented, but a lot of as you would call them, cupcake games in the first opening weekend. Ole Miss facing Mercer and Mississippi State facing southeastern Louisiana. So
Mercer's not a bad.
No, they're top 25 in the FCS.
Yeah, we saw them last week on ESPN and against UNA, and they pretty much handled UNA. And so they got to run a quarterback. That's something Ole Miss have to do. But man, if you're Lane Kiffin, good gracious alive, you have got to be absolutely thrilled about this season. Coming back with Jackson Dart, Judkins. I mean, just name the names of the people that are coming back.
Yeah, you got 4 of your 5 offensive line starters returning. You've got Jordan Watkins. You bring in Aiden Williams. Defensively, you bring in Centurine Perkins. You bring back Kari Coleman, Isheem Young, Ladarius Tennyson, Jared Ivey. There is so many guys off this offense and defense that returned a ton. And again, for the Bulldog fans out there, same way. Will Rogers comes back to Quavion Marks. You bring back Tulu Griffin, one of the best returners in the country. Defensively, you bring back Jet Johnson, multiple guys on that defensive side. So I think it's going to be a good season for both teams. But let me ask you this, okay? Since I don't feel like we have to pick the Rebels and the Bulldogs, in terms of winner. There's 2 big Power 5 games in the SEC this week.
So I wonder if you're going there.
North Carolina, South Carolina. Who do you got there?
Gracious me. If I'm picking, you got to stick with the SEC and pick South Carolina. Don't know a lot about South Carolina. I don't know a lot about North Carolina, so
there's one thing you got to stick with, and it is Beamer ball.
Yeah,
South
Beamer
Carolina
ball.
Beamer ball. Spencer Rattler. They return weapons at receiver, defensively, and North Carolina does bring back one of the top quarterbacks in the country, Drake May. But South Carolina finished so strong last year. I would look for them to take that one.
Yeah.
And then LSU and Florida State on a Sunday night.
Go Tigers.
I could never say it in my life. I got to be honest. I'm actually going the other way. I'm going to go Florida State on this one.
You can't convince me. This to me was like that. It could go either. You can't say go. You can say go Tigers, but you also got go. You got to have the war chant for the Florida State Seminoles. That could be a very good. But that's going to be. It's
going to be the best game of week one. I mean, you got. For one, you got Jaden Daniels coming back in Brian Kelly's second year. You've got Malik Neighbors, one of the top receivers in the SEC. Harold Perkins, who I'm going to shout it out here. He will be the SEC Defensive Player of the Year this year. I'm going to call that right now. And then for Florida State, you've got Jordan Travis and Mike Norvell. This is really the year that Norvell's been building for.
Yeah.
The recruiting classes is where he's hoping to put it all together in an ACC that's open. So I'm going to go with Florida State to start the season strong off there.
Well, and let's just go down the SEC slate, pick those games, and we'll I don't know, winner buys lunch or something.
Virginia, Tennessee. I got to go Tennessee.
Yeah, I think
I think that as well. And really, that's what I say, John. You go down the slate: Ball State, Kentucky, West Carolina, and Arkansas, Ole Miss, and Mercer, Massachusetts, and Auburn, UT Martin, Georgia.
Well, let's talk about that Auburn team. That with Hugh Freeze in his first year, what do you expect out of that team?
I think they're going to be really young, really early. I could see it being one of those seasons where to start off, it's not looking so hot for the Tigers, but later in the year they put it together. I just think they got to find a quarterback besides Peyton Thorne coming in from Michigan State. He's good, but he's a stopgap in my opinion. Now he may show me up and I'll look like an idiot in front of the hundreds of people we're broadcasting to right now. But right now, I would say this Auburn team to me is looking about a 7-5, 8-4.
I agree with you. So be interested to see the Coach Freeze coming back to the SEC, and team of the year. Let's just go ahead and put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there. I think Ole Miss could. Now here we go. This is my bold prediction. We did it on the pregame show. I hope I'm not taking your thunder. Ole Miss contends for the West.
I mean,
closely.
I think they've got a chance. I don't know if it's a bold prediction, but until somebody beats them, I just got to go Georgia 3-peat. I would say it's bold because nobody's done it since the 50s. Nobody's done it in the modern era, but it's going to be interesting to see how it shakes up. But it's been fun talking college football. We'll come back and talk our keys in the second half in just a moment, but hear from some of our lovely sponsors before we come back from the halftime break. Walnut, Faulkner, Wildcats lead the Eagles 22-6.
A proud supporter of Ripley Tiger football. First Baptist Church, Ripley.
North Mississippi Primary Healthcare wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this season. Check out our locations in Ripley, Walnut, Ashland, and across North Mississippi. Check them out online at nmphc.org. Quality Glass has been in business for over 40 years and wants to say good luck to our Tippah County players. You can lower your utilities with vinyl replacement windows. Call them today at 837-3615 for free estimates and lifetime warranties. RES is a locally owned and operated full-service waste disposal company. Give them a call for all of your waste disposal needs at 662-837-4087 or check them out online at resdisposal.com.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance.
Check out the Rusty Tub on Facebook for weekly sales, including 50% off all clothing and shoes, 15% off decor, and 10% off furniture. Each week, there is a weekly spotlight special. Local delivery available, along with gift certificates and free gift wrapping. Hand-poured refillable soy wooden wick candles are made in-store. Give them a call at 662-701-7722 or go by 1115 City Avenue North in Ripley. Rutherford's Auto Sales, Garage, and Wrecker Service in Faulkner, Mississippi says good luck to the Falkner Eagles.
Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Stone's Jewelry is your local hometown store for fine jewelry with a price to fit every budget. Local made products, Mississippi made pottery, and unique jewelry you can only find at Stone's. They also offer repairs, bereavements, and special gifts for everyone. Stop in and see Nancy, Miss Joanne at Stone's in Ripley or Tupelo. Remember, when you think of jewelry, think of Stone's.
Sugar Lane Concrete wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this season. Give them a call for all your concrete, brickwork, and bush hogging needs. You can reach them at 662-837-0455.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect, your home in Tippah County for high-speed internet. Give them a call at 662-587-9055 to get set up with their ultra-high-speed internet today.
This program brought to you by the Tippah County Board of Supervisors, Jimmy Gunn, District 1, Greg Harrell, District 2, Mike Graves, District 3, Glenn Michael, District 4, Chad Newby, District 5, Stacy Hill, Board Secretary, Shelley Parker, Administrative Assistant, Melinda Crum, the Board Administrator, and County Attorney Sean Akins.
All right. We welcome you back here on RCTV 19 as Walnut is prepared to receive the second half kickoff from Faulkner. And John, I can tell you there's 11 men out there. There's one man that I know for a fact this kick will not go to. I'll give you $5 if it does. Zyler Clifton, unless it bounces in no man's land, it is not getting to him.
Yeah, I'm not going to take you up on that, but I almost. But if I'm Faulkner, if I have to kick it to the schoolhouse, Clifton doesn't touch it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So. They look like they are going to angle it away from Clifton. Unless Meeks pulls the old switcheroo, which he could do, and they're going to walk up to. They walk up.
Let's see. Kicks away and
all right.
Oh my gosh, it did fall right to Clifton. Thank goodness you didn't take me up on it. Oh, but he's got another lane. He's to the 40, the 45, the 50. He cuts it back. He's to the 35, down to close to 30.
Oh, I almost took you up with the bet.
Thank goodness you didn't. I mean, it does go right to Clifton, and he's able to break a couple tackles, and Walnut all of a sudden has a chance to make this a 3-score lead as they will start at about the 37-yard line.
All right. That would have been a thing song, man. I would have celebrated.
Yeah, it's oh man, what a return by Clifton.
And now they're going to call offsetting penalties.
It is offsetting, so we're going to kick it again. Is what we're going to do, and
what? No,
and all the chaos of us deciding if I owed you $5 or not, we missed offsetting penalties, at which I will say I'm looking right into a window, and it's fogged up a little bit tonight. And
I got you, brother.
It's tough to look, so I'm kind of going to lean on you for that. But
looks like they're going to give Walnut ball at the line.
They are going to give him the ball, and that's what I was confused about. If they were offsetting, as long as they weren't, infractions on the kick or something along those lines.
Yeah,
it should have been. Yeah, exactly. It should have been from the spot.
All right, so it looks like Walnut's going to come back out in that spread formation. They're going to have Adrian Palmer in there at quarterback, and Palmer's going to run, get around the outside corner. He pushes a man out of the way. Palmer's going to have a lane.
35.
He's got a blocker downfield, and he gets rocked from behind by Chris Nunley, but a nice run in there by Adrian Palmer.
Yeah, and Palmer, we saw it.
Is that going to be another flag?
Let's see.
Or was that the ball that came out?
I think it was the ball. That I see no flags on the field, John. And, we saw it a lot last year that Palmer would sub in as a runner. And, as a natural receiver, he is a dynamic runner when he gets the football on the direct snap. And we saw it there. And now Faulkner, in just the second play of scrimmage in the second half, they are, it's looking like there's a chance that Walnut can make this a 3-score game here.
And now I'm in your spot, and they're going to have, looks like Palmer and
it's going to be Palmer
Sada.
and Gray. I can grab him from here. Palmer's going to take the direct snap. He's going to hand it off to Gray. Gray on a little outside run. A sweep is going to lean for the end zone, and he's going to come up about 6 inches short. So it'll be 2nd down and goal. And, John, to put it plainly, Walnut could just about take it under center, reach the football over, and score a touchdown.
Yeah, let's see if they do line up under center here, or they choose to line up in that kind of, I guess, it's not a Wildcat package, but it kind of reminds you of a Wildcat package.
Yeah, because, like we said, Palmer's naturally a wide receiver, but he is their backup quarterback. So, like you said, it's not really necessarily a Wildcat package. They're going to hand it off to Gray, and I think Gray got stuff short of the line. So the Faulkner defense bowed up a little bit. It's going to be 3rd down and goal.
And I kind of saw that from here. It kind of just slowly developed. Looked like Palmer had to really reach to give the ball to Gray, and that kind of threw off the timing of the play just a little bit there.
And we've talked about it before. Timing is everything in football.
Right.
It can define whether a play succeeds or fails. And right there, credit the Faulkner defense. They were, like I said, slow developing. They were ready to get there and cram Gray in the backfield. So we're going to go I set. Heavy set to the right with Clifton. Handoff. No, it's play action. Palmer's going to roll out, and he is snuffed out in the backfield. What a tackle by Faulkner's number 6. That is Braden Moore, I believe. Yes, it is. It is Braden Moore who makes the tackle in the backfield on Palmer, and now all of a sudden Walnut's got a decision to make. And we talked about it. You're not kicking extra points, John. This isn't really a decision to make. You're going forward on 4th here from about what looks to be the 6-yard line. So Walnut been tempo for the most part tonight, but they're going to huddle up and bring it now to the line of scrimmage. Gray is in the backfield to the left, and Drew Jackson returns the game at quarterback. 4th down, and now we're going to have a timeout as a big play is coming up with 9:27 remaining in the third. 22-6, Walnut leading Faulkner. We will quickly hear a word and be back for this 4th down play on RCTV 19.
Tippa Tire and Truck Service, your home for tire repair, oil change, brakes, and 24-hour roadside assistance, says good luck to all our Tippa County teams and athletes. The town of Blue Mountain, Mayor Norton and the Board of Aldermen say good luck to our local teams this season.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services, LLC, specializing in aviation services, 512-0219. Rebel Services, LLC, 5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Walnut Sporting Goods on Highway 15 in Walnut is your place for all your sporting goods and fishing supply needs. Walnut Sporting Goods owner Tim Watson says, "Go Wildcats." Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippa County sports and athletes. Good luck this season.
4th down and about 6 to go. Drew Jackson with Camarion Gray to his right side. Here's the snap. Jackson drops back. Here comes a rush. He's got to evade some pressure. Throws it in the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Walnut. It was a broken play. Jackson had to improvise, and it was brought in by Walnut's receiver. Going to try to get a number on that far side as he comes inside. We quickly should see it. I believe that is number 8. John, yes, that's going to be number 8 for Walnut.
Watson.
That is Austin Watson, who just kind of found a hole in the back of the end zone and was able to bring it in. And so Faulkner was so close to a stop and getting momentum swung back in their direction. And all of a sudden now Walnut knocking on the door of a 24-point lead if they can bust this 2-point conversion in. Gray will take a direct snap, He heads left and finds a hole, and he is in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. 30-6 is the score here in the 22nd annual Joe Bowl. 9:22 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that was just a very good opening drive. That's exactly we didn't talk about a keys game. Let's give her quick keys to the third period, third, fourth period. I'll give we'll just do three both ways. How about that?
Yeah.
Just doing three
I
for
mean,
both teams.
well, for one, now, you look at it now, if you're Walnut, play your game. Keep getting slow first downs, burning that clock, and go home with a win. If you're Faulkner, you've got to force some turnovers, and you have to quickly score. You got to quickly score and find a way. Like this possession now becomes a must score.
Right, and that's Faulkner's got to get points. So that's my key. Kind of stole my thunder there, but my key would be Faulkner on the. They've got to score, and Walnut, can they play 4 quarters of football? That would be my only other argument, is if Faulkner or Walnut can string together 4 quarters of good quality football.
So we'll see if they can. This drive's going to tell us a lot, I feel like, about the remainder of this contest. 9:22 remaining in the third, 30-6. Walnut leading big here over Faulkner. And so here's the kick away. It will be a high pooch kick. It falls in no man's land. It is brought in by Faulkner, and it will be downed at about the 38-yard line, where Gavin Woolley will take over the offense and try to get like we said, a much-needed score here.
Yeah, let's see what Faulkner does here. If they go back with Woolley trying to stretch the field with his arm, or if they line up Chris Nunley. It looks like they're going to line up Nunley at quarterback, maybe. Let me see what's the drop here.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. It looks like Nunley is the guy that's getting the call. Yes, Woolley's out wide towards the bottom of your screen as a wide receiver, so Nunley is going to take the direct snap here on 1st and 10 from about the 38-yard line. And now we're going to have a whistle, and it is a timeout called by Walnut. So that'll give us a chance to hear from a word from some of our sponsors. 30-6, Walnut leading Faulkner, 9:19 remaining in the third.
Barkley Catering wishes good luck to our local teams this season. Give them a call at 662-837-2401 for all of your catering needs. Check them out for grazing tables, charcuterie boards, weddings, parties, birthdays, special events, and to-go trays.
E&B Concrete in Ripley says good luck to our local teams and athletes this season. Give them a call at 662-837-3221 for your concrete needs. Cardinal Drive-In wishes good luck to our teams and athletes this season. Stop by and see them at 1807 City Avenue North in Ripley for fresh burgers, hand-cut fries, loaded baked potatoes, ice cream, and more. The City of Ripley, the mayor.
Welcome back to Faulkner High School. It looks like there's going to be Nunley in the shotgun formation. No backs behind him. Send a man in motion. That's Swinford. He's going to fake the give. Right up the middle and get sacked behind the line of scrimmage that time by.
That was either Clifton in on that stop
and
along with number 15 for the Wildcats. That is Connor Morgan. We've called his name a couple times tonight defensively. And so that was pretty much the first time Nunley's run the football tonight from a direct snap and been contained.
Well, and we say that was a good job of the defense, getting him behind the line of scrimmage. That's something Nunley has not been done much with tonight, getting caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down, Nunley will take a direct snap in motion, and now he'll fake, cuts to the left side. He's got a little bit of a running lane. He is past the line to gain for a first down, out at about the 49-yard line of Walnut. So, again, the Eagles in Wildcat territory.
And that was it was a big game by Nunley, but they did a good job getting him to the sideline. Did Walnut getting him to the sideline and running him out of bounds that time. So big gain on the play for Faulkner. A nice play by the Walnut defense, but keeping Nunley hemmed in that time.
And so first down and 10. Here is a high snap to Nunley. Now Nunley going to look, and he'll chunk it deep downfield, and it is incomplete. That was a busted play, and it looks like Nunley was looking for a run and then decided to chuck that one deep.
And that's Woolley and Gavin Woolley, and I'm not sure who that was with him.
He's down. I think it might be Miles Mitchell, John, who's down with Woolley, and so they're going to head out there. It looks like, based on how he's stretching him out, it's a cramp. So
yeah, we'll take a quick break here. We're back from our sponsors. Come back with the injury update when we come back.
Good luck to our Tippah County teams this football season.
Creative Awning and Sign wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams this season. For all your awning and sign needs, give them a call at 662-512-0093.
Good luck and do your best. D's Oil, 311 City Avenue South.
Duncan's Pharmacy in Walnut, your Tippah County owned pharmacy, says good luck to our Tippah County teams and athletes this season. Eco Water Systems proudly serves North Mississippi and wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this season. Visit them online at ecowater.com.
Eaton, Babin, Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton, Babin, Smith, CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton, Babin, Smith specializes in small business finance.
If you missed that, Coach Plunk went out and carried Miles Mitchell off the field. So he looks to be working on a cramp over there. So that'll be a game run in there by Gavin Woolley, and that's going to be a nice gain on first down, second down, or actually third down.
Yeah, bring up third down after the incompletion on first. And Woolley, just a dynamic runner. He was able to get out to the left side on that option and was able to get it to third down and manageable. And John, that's big because every possession from here on out, you got to expect it's 4-down territory.
Oh, yeah, exactly right.
And getting it that third manageable makes it now to where, you ain't got to pick up the whole first down, the whole chunk in one play. You want to, but you don't have to.
Right.
Third down and 4. Woolley will put Nunley in motion, takes the snap. Now looks like he's going to look in the flat to Nunley, and it's going to be caught for the first down, and he will be pushed out right around the 31-yard line.
And that was number 1. No, excuse me. Who was that on the push out? Was that Gray on the push out?
I believe it was Camarion Gray on the push out. He was, it serves to have that defensive tackle that's that athletic to be able to go and make a play from the middle of the field out to the edges when needed. So good stop by Gray there, but Nunley, good job by him to be able to pick up the first down, and this Faulkner offense starting to move a little bit.
No.
Going to put Nunley in motion again, this time right to left. Looks like they were looking for that same play, just flipping the sides of the field, and this time Woolley's going to be brought down on a sack, and so that'll bring up second down and about 12 for the for the Eagles, excuse me.
And that was Tyler Rowell, a man who's really come on the scene for this past fall. Coach Meek's really talking well of Rowell, and Rowell has some, there's some Faulkner connections there with some of with Mitchell, and knowing him as a friend. So
second down and about 12. Woolley going to take a snap. Looks and fires over the middle, batted around a little bit, nearly intercepted by Trenton Braddock. And so,
a big, I don't know who that was on the offensive line, if that was Clifton or one of the offensive linemen got their hand on.
It was Camarion Gray, because you could see when he got up, he was expected to be intercepted. Got his hands up, hoping he could pick it off, and then it just fell to the ground right near Braddock, but wasn't able to quite make a play on it.
And just a huge shout out. I believe John was telling us, over 12,000 viewers for tonight's game. My gracious, we're so privileged to see that big deep pass over the middle. He's got
and it just hit Nunley in the fingertips, and he was looking at that's simply just a quarterback and a wide receiver not quite on the same page. He was looking inside for it, and Woolley put it on the outside shoulder. So when he tried to make that adjustment, looking back, just couldn't be ready to reel it in.
The ball was not where he expected it.
Yes, that's
great pass.
Yeah,
great
good
play,
pass.
But it's just where he was not expecting, and that's that'll come with with the season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Timeout going to be called by Faulkner as they have a 4th and 12 awaiting them inside Walnut territory back here on RCTV 19.
From bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings, they have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Good luck to our local athletes from Faulkner Baptist Church, Brother Jeff Moore, pastor. Sunday school at 9:30, worship 10:30. Worship on Wednesday for 3-year-olds through 12th grade starts with a meal at 5:45 p.m. and classes following at 6:15.
Tippah County Farm Bureau wishes good luck to our local teams this season. Helping you is what they do best. Give Tony McBride, John McElwain, Haston Cross, Josh Miller, or Coley Reno a call at 662-837-7102 or stop by and see them at 1909 City Avenue North in Ripley. Farrell Ward Ford in Ripley says good luck to our local teams and athletes.
Welcome back to Faulkner High School. Walnut looking to stop Faulkner here as the score 30-6, 7:03 remaining, third period of action. Faulkner driving.
4th down and 12 here from the 38-yard line. Wooley's going to drop back, and now he's got to try to throw the football, but he couldn't get it away. That is Connor Morgan again. That's a few times we've called his name tonight. He makes a big play there on 4th down with a sack to flip it over to Walnut. And John, you're to the position now where if Walnut's able to go down and score, it's obviously not looking very strong for the Eagles.
Yeah, Faulkner really going to bother back here if they're going to stay in this ball game. And you if you're Coach Meeks, you just keep laying. Our Coach Bennett, Coach Moore, you just keep laying. You just keep laying. You keep laying. You don't hold anything back.
Going to put Gray in motion, and the flag will come up for a pre-snap flag against Walnut. Should back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start.
So it'll bring up 1st down and 15. Walnut just going to try to milk this clock down and eventually find themselves in the end zone. And as we are at 6:56 remaining in the third quarter. Coming up just a few minutes away from the 9 o'clock hour.
Yeah, this game has really kind of slowed.
It really has. It was a game that was super quick, and all of a sudden it's slowed, and now they're going to go double reverse again. Tyler Clifton to the right side. He's going to get at least back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe get a yard or so after it, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
And let me. I don't know that Coach Meeks will, but I'd love to see him send in Jarvis Poole. We saw him last week, and that may be him coming in now. Number 0 for Walnut. I believe it's Poole. Yeah, he's just a freshman, but man, ran so well last week against Ashland late on the game, and so
when you get those opportunities to get young talent touches, you really want to take care of it, and I'm sure we probably will see that at some point. Jackson's going to take this direct snap to the left side. Nice stiff arm on Braden Moore. Eventually did have to go down, and he was able to get a couple of yards before doing so. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 7. It's going to be manageable for the Wildcats.
A little chippiness there.
Yeah, and, it's been a game that so far from a rivalry game, it hasn't necessarily been very chippy. And so the officials after that, they're actually going to call a heat timeout. So maybe a good opportunity to let these tensions cool down just a bit.
Right. We'll take a word from our sponsors.
Home for quality cars, trucks, and SUVs in North Mississippi since 1952. Give them a call at 662-837-3001 or stop by 1524 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Purpose, community, mission. These are easy to find on the field, but can they be found in life?
Hey, I'm Cody Dunaway. I'm the student pastor at the First Baptist Church of Ripley, and I'd like to personally invite you to come hang out with our team on Wednesday nights.
Welcome back. As we come out of the heat timeout, let's see how Walnut answers here. Looks like they're going to go spread formation. Going to have
3rd down and 6. It's spread, but they do have one in as the H-back. It's going to be a fake, and Jackson's going to take it.
Very close.
Yeah, initially they didn't give him a very good spot. I got to be honest, and they're going to keep it at that spot of about 3 yards to go, John. And of course they have a better view than we do, but originally I thought they lunged forward to get it about 1.5 yards away, but they've got him marked at about 3.
And cheerleaders are throwing out First Franklin Financial footballs. Just a big shout out to First Franklin Financial, one of our big sponsors. Got to give a shout out. That's my dad, manages First Franklin Financial. So good to see.
Got to shout out Pops.
That's right.
4th down and 4. Walnut's going to toss it out to Gray. They're going to go for it, and he is. Oh, it's close. I don't think he got there. No, they're going to mark him short. Wow, what an effort by the Faulkner defense to bump out there and contain Gray and get the football back for their offense. And so now this offense has been given an opportunity. They need to cash in here. Down 30-6, 4:54 remaining in the 3rd.
Yeah, you see some Faulkner players kind of gimpy to the sideline. I see 4 who's been a bell cow for Faulkner. Coming to that's McDaniel, Wyatt McDaniel, who's really been a big force from on defense, kind of gimpy to the sideline. So let's see what Faulkner does here. It looks like they're going to go, look here, with a triangle formation trips. One wide, the other side of the field. Drop Nunley back to, and they're going to get him in space.
Oh, big hit on the outside against Nunley. And, Nunley's got to be careful. Some of his teammates grabbing him and holding him back, saying, look, you've already got one. Can't you have another? And that's good awareness by his teammates. And good job by Nunley to just kind of, that's a big hit right on the sideline. I don't know if you can hear some of the fans are a little upset. They wanted a late hit call, but
it was very close.
But either way, good job by Nunley to not get involved in that emotion. Just walk back.
And what if I'm looking at it from both circumstances here? They hit him in bounds, kind of drove him out of bounds. So I see the umpire's official, but I also see Faulkner side of it. He did kind of ride him to the ground.
And multiple flags going to come out here, and it'll be a false start. Back it up. So it'll be 1st and 15 now for the Falkner Eagles. As Faulkner trying to find their first score since the opening quarter of play. And away from it, you got it pulled up on beside me for updates. Utah just scored another touchdown. They're up 24-3 on Florida.
Wow. Just
a dismantling of the Gators in Salt Lake City. And we had a penalty. Initially, they started the false start 10 yards. And that's only a 5-yard penalty, obviously, pre-snap penalties. The Faulkner faithful not very happy with that.
I don't blame them.
Understandably so, but it can be so easy, for just like players make mistakes in games, officials when they're down there and they're in the heat of it, trying to keep the game together. It can be very easy to make those simple lapses. So important thing they get it fixed. 1st down and 15. Woolley going to throw it out into the flat, and he just missed. Nunley had him wide open in the flat.
Yeah, corner came in, crashed instead of dropping back in coverage. Had Nunley wide open, and Woolley just threw it outside. Just is the old ball term, just a bit outside.
And so it will bring up 2nd down and 15. Faulkner, like we mentioned, through 4:47 remaining in the 3rd. Got to have a score here.
Jones come back in the game for Walnut.
1st and 2nd and 15, excuse me. Nunley in motion, going to hand it off to Swinford. Swinford brought down just to pass the line of scrimmage, maybe actually marked right at the line of scrimmage. That is number 4 on the stop.
Saseda with a big stop on the walk.
That is Saseda, and he has been a name we've called a couple of times tonight, has a rushing touchdown to his name, but also a couple of big stops defensively.
So let's see what they brought. Is this 4th down? No, 3rd down.
It is 3rd down and 15.
And let's give a little preview tomorrow night. We got Ripley Kossuth, which should be a really good ball game tomorrow night. I think Ripley gets their first really good. They were tested against Charleston, but I think Kossuth will give Ripley a really good ball game tomorrow night.
Yeah, Kossuth had a really good opening victory, and so as it's going to be a deep throw, it's going to be intercepted by Walnut. Woolley was just trying to chunk that one deep to Nunley as he got hit and couldn't get it there. It is intercepted by Austin Watson, who's got a touchdown reception tonight. It'll be Walnut football at about the 30-yard line. And, yeah, like you said, Kossuth Ripley should be a good game there.
Get to see Hank Eaton play quarterback, an Auburn commit in baseball. Get to see a lot of good players. They brought some good players back from Kossuth. I don't know who all they brought back. But see what Ripley does, if they handle some adversity. They got Charleston got behind them a couple times last week, burned them on some big plays. See how quarterback adjusts, so in the round again, Palmer.
We talked about it in our preview show, John, that Ripley playing Charleston, that's not your typical opening 2A game where you get to, all right, well, we get to go beat up on somebody by about 30 points and feel good about ourselves heading into week 2. No, Ripley went on the road and got tested last week, and it paid dividends. I feel like it will throughout the season.
I'm trying to see Walnut now has a player go off the field.
Yeah, they walked him off the field. Couldn't tell exactly who it was. Hopefully he's all right.
Was that Palmer?
I can't tell if it was or not. Again, as it gets darker and this light shines in the window, it's a little bit harder to get those names on the boundary. But I don't see Palmer in the field. So if it is Palmer, we'll hope, obviously, he returns to the football game at some point. 2nd down and about 7. Jackson's going to take the snap, hand off to Gray up the middle, and he's going nowhere. He is brought down for no gain. 3rd down and long coming up for the Walnut Wildcats.
Let's see. I'm kind of with you. Owen, I do not see Palmer out there, so I'm assuming that's who went down earlier. So 2 big players for Mitchell goes down with a cramp, and hopefully that's what Palmer went down with a cramp. So
that's what we're going to hope, obviously, and like I said, if we see him return to the game, we'll let you know. But 3rd down and 7. Jackson going to drop back, look to throw. Now he does, fires and finds his man. That's Saseda, who is more than enough for a 1st down at the 45-yard line, extending the drive, and Faulkner just trying to get off the football field. That's a big misstep for them defensively, as it will allow Walnut to extend this drive. And we talked about their tempo tonight. Now, all of a sudden, John, as you would expect, up 30-6, Walnut is taking their time getting up to the line.
And thanks to shout out for my wife, that is Palmer that went down. So sending our thoughts and prayers his way. See what Walnut does here if they continue to lean. That's what we talked about earlier. Now's the time for that offensive line to lean. They've got Faulkner outsized, it's not matched. So.
Oh, there's a fumble. The football, they toss it back to Gray. He's going to be stuffed for a loss, but it's just good, honestly, that there was not a a turnover there. That Drew Jackson had to reach down and just tried to toss it back to Gray to make something out of nothing.
Here comes Clifton back in the game. So see who they substitute out for Clifton. I'm trying to see who that is coming in as that Leak coming in. So that'll be Jack Leak now coming in the game.
Yeah, and so 2nd down and about 12 now. They'll put Gray in motion. It's going to be a toss to the left side, and we're going to have some flags. Pre-snap penalty will back it up 5 yards.
Is that encroachment?
I don't think it's encroachment. We'll see. It is. You're right. Good call. Good call. Good call, John.
A blind squirrel does get in that every once in a while.
You don't usually see the play stop for encroachment. Usually that's a play that they let it play out and then they throw the flag, or then they, give the team the decision, but they stopped it there pre-snap. And so it will bring up second down and 7 now.
They usually let the play develop and right? Am I mistaken?
Yes, usually so. Usually with an encroachment they do, but they called that one dead pre-snap. And so that will be a fake toss, reverse to Clifton. He's got more than enough for a first down as he's about to the 45-yard line. We'll move the chains forward as we go inside 1 minute to play in the third quarter. And like you said, we talked about John Faulkner is trying their best defensively, but Walnut's really flexing their muscle. We talked about how their size and strength seem to be an advantage.
See, I believe I see Adrian Up walking on the sideline, so it's good to see Adrian Up and walking. Does look like he's kind of walking very gingerly, so probably got a nice cramp there. And on a night like tonight, you hate to see that, but the weather is changing. Fall is in there. It's a nice night tonight. So
first down and 10. They're going to give a sweep to Clifton. Clifton has got more than enough for a first. Once again, he's going to be down inside the 30-yard line. And so move those chains again with 12 seconds remaining. The clock's going to start back, and it should take us to the fourth quarter. 30-6, Walnut's driving, looking to put a cap on what has been a Joe Bowl that started as a back and forth, and Walnut really flexing their muscle in the third quarter. We'll see how the fourth quarter plays out when we come back for the final quarter of action on RCTV 19.
At 5:30, and then we have class at 6:30 where we explore the Bible, and we're not afraid to answer some difficult questions along the way. Hope to see you there.
Go by and see Ripley First Franklin at 1703 City Avenue North in Ripley, or give them a call at 662-512-5808.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley. Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Sometimes trouble happens. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm attorney Philip Hearn.
Welcome you back on RCTV 19, fourth quarter. 30-6, Walnut leading Faulkner in the Joe Bowl. 22nd annual, as it'll be Drew Jackson who takes the snap underneath. And, fumble the football. It's on the ground, and I think Walnut got it back. And, that is a tough break for Faulkner. They had multiple guys around the football, but just kind of took a couple of bounces and found its way back into the hands of an offensive lineman for the Wildcats.
Well, that's number 55 for the Wildcats. Let's see if I get that young man's name who came up off the ball and pile. Billy Beatty.
Good heads-up play. The offensive linemen, they're tasked with a lot of things. They're tasked with blocking, pulling, traps, things along that nature, counters. But one thing also, they are, it's kind of an unsung role. You got to watch around for the football.
Yeah,
I mean, you're kind of, if there's a mishandled snap or give of the football, you're the first line of defense.
All right. Now, that looks eerily familiar, did it not, to you? Little wing T-lip there from Walnut.
Did look a little bit like that. And, that's one of the things that makes, I think, this offense a lot more complex than last year is they're mixing in a lot of different looks. They're, their usual heavy I-form packages. And
Am I crazy?
No. I mean, that's what I'm getting to. You see a lot of their heavy I-form packages usually, but you've seen different things. You've seen them go to a spread formation. You've seen them go 5 wide a couple of times. And, yes, you have seen them in a couple of packages that look like a traditional wing tee. So, credit to Coach Bennett. Like, this is the first time I've seen the Wildcats this year. Very impressed with how much more dynamic and conceptual this offense looks. as they will line up 3rd down and 11. They're going to hand it to Gray. Gray up the middle, going to get about 4, maybe 5 yards. It'll bring up 4th down, and I would expect Walnut to try to just run it again here on 4th. If you get the first, great. If not, hey, you're up 24, and you're putting them about at their 20 anyway.
Right. So 4th down, about 15, 14 left to go, 13.
It's going to be marked at the 28-yard line of Faulkner. 4th down and about 7.
And we were just talking to some of the Faulkner staff here up in the booth, and I don't know if I'm one if I don't put the ball in there again.
No, I don't think you do.
They stay very close to the cloth, and as soon as I say that, here they
That's
go.
why we're not play callers, and that one is over the air and over the head of Clifton. He had a step on his defender, but it was not able to fall into his hands, and so it's going to go back the other way, and Faulkner will have at least one more offensive possession with 9:35 left to go in the 4th quarter. Let's quickly hear a word from our sponsor. We'll be back on RCTV 19.
I've tried to teach my kids to help others. I learned that from my parents. And as your North Mississippi lawyer, I want to help you too. If you've been hurt in a traffic accident, a truck wreck, or have insurance trouble, call 601-720-3541.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19 as John, even if the result of the game is pretty much locked in, this for Faulkner is a much-needed touchdown drive.
Yeah.
As that one is going to be handed off and moved up for a yard or so.
And that's something they kind of went to, as previously they were letting Nunley not give off the ball. Well, they're really starting to lean on Swifford to take the handoff, and that's something that Walnut has really picked up on.
2nd down and about 8 to go as this game ticks under the 9-minute mark as Nunley takes the direct snap once again at quarterback. Going to put Swinford in motion, fake it. Now Nunley going to try to break a couple of tackles. Now pump fakes the throw, and he is going to be marked as stepping out on the line. So it's going to be 3rd down right at the line of scrimmage is where Nunley was able to get back to. So 3rd down there.
Good job. Good camera work there by our cameraman, Joey. He caught that play right on the sideline. He was tiptoeing down the sideline. I thought he may have not stepped out, but the referee obviously saw something different. And so that was a about 1.
And this is something I'm a big uniform guy, John, and Walnut's wearing their traditional whites and road uniforms. First time I've seen Faulkner this year. I'm loving these uniforms.
Yeah,
for
they are very sharp. Love the white hats.
White hats with the numeral on one side. It's a fantastic classic look for Faulkner. 3rd down and about 8. Woolley hit as he throws and is able to make a picture-perfect throw
Gonna be
to
close
Nunley.
to 1st down.
Yeah, and I think originally Nunley had the 1st down, and they're going to give it to him anyway. He had it by about a yard or so, went backwards to try to make a play, and nearly cost him the 1st down, but credit him, he was able to extend it back out past the sticks for the 1st.
A good play that time. Woolley had pressure on him.
Look, I've got to give Gavin Woolley all the praise I can in the world. He has taken a ton of big hits tonight, but he has stepped up and in almost all the situations, thrown it with poise and throwing into the hit rather than away from it.
Number 5, Palmer, back out on the field. Just a little FYI there, folks, as you were keeping up with that injury update.
1st down and 10, 39-yard line. Woolley going to drop back, looks to throw over the middle of the field. It's got Nunley over the middle. 35-30, 25-20. He might go. He will go. Touchdown, Faulkner Eagles.
And that's just the inside route there that Nunley ran. And Woolley takes it to the house.
And all of a sudden, it's Faulkner who's got a chance to maybe make some noise late in this game. So Woolley with another big completion, and we talked about it. He's got to be over the century mark at this point. And, Woolley, like I said, he's taken some big hits this game, but he is really, he has stepped up, stayed in there, and competed tonight throwing the football. And so it looks like Faulkner is lining up now to kick the extra point as of now, and it is up, and it is true. 30-13. It's a 17-point game. And so with 8:04 remaining.
He almost kicked that one over Highway 15.
Yeah, he had plenty of leg behind that one. So 8:04 remaining in the fourth quarter. I would expect to come back and Faulkner try an onside kick. We'll see when we come back on RCTV 19.
Well, you call, I'll answer. Let's get started. Make your first phone call to Hearn Law Firm.
Good luck, Aiden and the Ripley Tigers from Heavener Electric. Henderson Pest Control wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this football season.
Ripley House of Flowers says good luck to Tippah County teams this football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at 1014 City Avenue North in Ripley.
The Inn on the Square in Ripley says good luck to our local team.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19 after the Faulkner score, 30-13.
All right, Owen. I'm going to place a bet on this one.
Okay.
They better not kick it to Clifton.
It's not going to. I would be shocked if this is not an onside kick. Down 17 with 8:04 remaining, but I could get proven wrong. And again, I am.
Wow.
But this one, they kick way deep, and it's going to die at the 5-yard line, so it's going to be forced to be picked up by Walnut. And now it's going to be Austin Watson who tries to go laterally. Now vertically. He's got a hole. He's to the 30, the 45, the 50. He could go. He might go. And he's going to be brought down at the 19-yard line and saves what would have been a 98-yard kickoff return touchdown for Austin Watson. What a stop by Faulkner's special teams unit to prevent a 6 for the second time tonight on the kickoff.
Referees are huddled down towards the 20. Let's see.
There's a flag around the 18-yard line.
And that's going to bring a legal block in the back, I believe. It's going to be the call, and that's going to bring a 98-yard return back for Austin Watson. Who, we saw that last week. Walnut on the opposite end of that, but a kid from Ashley breaks contain, gets outside, runs one to the house. They get a holding call, and that brings back negates a big run. And Walnut gets a little taste of that medicine tonight.
Yeah, and that's like I said, I mean, that's a big wipe off. And I mean, it obviously Walnut just needs to pick up a couple of first downs, and you're feeling pretty good. But I mean, right now, still 7:47 remaining in this game. You've got to be careful here, especially because you're backed up deep in your own territory. A busted play or a bad snap and a safety, and all of a sudden, Faulkner's within 2 scores getting the football back.
Well, that's what we were just talking about up here in the booth.
So it's going to be first down and 10 from about the 5-yard line. Or excuse me, that's more like the 10. I beg your pardon. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and it will go for nothing, if maybe
Actually,
not a loss. Yeah, it's going to be a loss of about 1. So second down and 11 coming up for the Wildcat offense as they're going to try to get out of this dangerous territory near their own end zone.
And if I'm Coach Walton here, I'm saying, guys, stay with it. Guys, stay with it. We still got a chance. So let's see what Walnut draws up. Looks like Jackson coming in with the play. They're in no hurry. Are the Wildcats?
Here we go. Second down and about 11. Going to hand off, and it will go to the left side. And
Camarion Gray, I believe.
Camarion Gray, yes, with the carry. He's going to get about 5, maybe 6, actually. Yeah, it's going to be third down and 5. It was second and 11. So, yeah, about a 6-yard gain for Camarion Gray. That's big to get him out of that territory. Now you're feeling pretty good that you're out of safety territory.
Third manageable.
You're third manageable. So a first down here, and you're burning another 2 minutes of clock here. So Faulkner desperately needing a stop at this point.
See what the Eagles draw up defensively. Wildcats draw up offensively. So we're going to go back with a spread.
And it's going to be Drew Jackson keeper. He'll reverse it back middle of the field, and he's going to be right at the line to gain. That one's going to be close. Let's see what the officials do. They move it forward.
Yeah, they don't take a lot of time to look at it. That did the officials that time. And
and I was talking about that with my dad last week when we were calling TCPS. You don't really see the chains come out.
The old measurement doesn't come out very much. That is true.
I don't know if that's a pace of play thing or what, but you just do not see the old chain gang make their way out into the field too much. So, but regardless, it is ruled a Walnut first down, and it will allow them to tick off at least, if you account for the game clock or the play clock being 40 seconds, 2 minutes off this clock.
Right.
So it will be a snap to Jackson, handoff to Gray, and Gray's going to be bottled up. And I'll give credit to this Faulkner defense. If nothing else tonight, they have swarmed to the football every chance they've had. Multiple tacklers in on different stops.
Yeah. Now they're going to send Clifton back in the field game. They're going to take Gray out. And that's the benefit of having two bell cows back there running back. You feed Gray, and then, my gracious, here comes Otter Clifton.
Yeah,
what in the world?
You got this dual-headed monster tandem that we saw so many times last year wear down opponents, and you would you'd expect to see that from Walnut plenty of times this year.
Right, and then with Gray in there running back, they're going to snap overhead, and that's exactly what Faulkner needed. Is that going to be a safety?
I think that's a safety, John. We're going to see where it's marked. That is a safety.
Wow,
oh, my goodness.
Wow.
And that was, if you were Drew Jackson, you throw that ball up, if nothing else. And, I mean, that's the number one thing you can't take. And the officials are huddled up making sure as they're going to back up the players. Line judges originally called a safety, but the White Hats gathered them together. And we'll see. If he overturns this, he is not going to be a very popular man. And it looks like actually that's what he's going to do, John. They're marking it at about the half-yard line. And now he's got to make the walk no official wants to do when you're taking points off the board, and that's to the head coach to explain.
And these fans, I'm surprised, are not letting the referee have it.
Yeah, and now that it's been announced, the fans are not happy with that one, as this ball is going to be marked at about the 1 yard line, 3rd and a county mile. So we'll see if Faulkner can get some penetration to get a safety.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Walton, I'm like 10 years back, kids. Here we go.
And so we're waiting for the yes, here's the clock to start. 4:30 remaining, 30-13, Walnut leading Faulkner. At the 1, they're going to hand off to Gray, and Gray doesn't get much, but he gets enough to get him out of safety territory for now. It will bring up 4th down. They'll have to bring out a punt unit. And so Faulkner will have a chance again for fantastic field position in this ball game.
And here's the situation. Walnut's got to get this punt off.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah, and they got to get a good snap back to, I guess, Clifton, who would be back to punt. And then if he can, I don't know if I'm Faulkner if I put anybody back. Just my opinion.
I would normally say that, John, but you've got to hope that you can break off a big return here. And so that's what they're going to do. And Nunley, he's going to catch it. He's got a chance. He's to the 25, to the 20, and he will go down. And initially, you said you saw a block in the back, but there is no flag on the field. So Faulkner is going to start in the red zone with 3:37 remaining in this ball game.
Obviously, a good block there. What I saw was I think the young man had kept turning the guy. And, that is my mistake out there, Faulkner fans, for calling that block in the back too early. But I give credit for the young man for making a good block there.
And so it is 1st and 10 from about the 19-yard line. What could be Faulkner's final possession of the night. Well, he's going to take the snap, looks to throw, now does to Nunley in the flat. He's going to slip on his footing and will fall down at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they tried to run that little stop and go there with Nunley. Looked like they had Mitchell running on a little go route on the backside there. So let's see if they try to fake this ball down to Nunley or hit Mitchell over the top.
Second down. Woolley takes the snap, drops back, looks to throw, one-step drop, finds Nunley, and he is brought down again right around the 10, maybe the 9, and so it's going to be close to a first. I would expect that it's close for the chains to move, but as of now, they are not moving the chains.
And I think Jack Lee kind of thought that ball was in there. That ball was incomplete. He seemed to the official like it was incomplete, and so obviously beneficial call there to.
So here we go, third down and about inches, 2:27. Takes the snap, hands off to Swinford. He is stopped in the backfield. No, he fooled me. It was Woolley who finds his way in the end zone. Touchdown, Faulkner. Woolley fooled everybody, I think, in the stadium, including me, as he was able to fall into the end zone. And with that score, it brings it to, at this point, an 11-point ball game. And, John, if you look at it, more points now tonight scored by Faulkner than in the last 4 years of the rivalry combined.
Okay, so if I'm Faulkner, you go for 2 here.
Yeah, you go for 2.
And you go for an onside kick.
Yeah, you definitely go for an onside kick. And this is where we talked about earlier, you went for 1 earlier and it kind of limited you. Now you could be a 1-score game. If you get this 2, it's going to be tipped up in the air and no good anyway, so it doesn't matter. So it will be 30-19, 2:18. An onside kick is about the last stand of resistance for Walnut and Faulkner. We'll see when we get back here on RCTV 19.
Give them a call at 662-993-9350 or visit inonthesquare.info to book reservations for you or your out-of-town guests at one of their unique rooms. Check them out today on the Square in Ripley at 113 North Main Street. J.M. Duncan wishes good luck to our teams and athletes. For all your paving and asphalt needs, call J.M. Duncan Incorporated at the office, 662-882-3231, or Matt at 662-587-2211.
Lindsay Davis and Associates. We love our Tippah County teams. Do your best. Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency, 2000.
All right, folks, here's the situation. 30-19, 2:18 remaining. Both teams with their full gamut of timeouts. Faulkner looks like they will try if they have an onside kick package. I would definitely not kick this one deep if I am Rudez.
No, they're lining up for an onside kick, John, and like I said, this is about your last stand of resistance, and here it is. It's going to bounce a little bit, and it's finally picked up by Palmer, and he falls on it as it took an initial weird bounce, and he was bobbing it a little bit, but he was able to bring it in for the Wildcats.
You credit his positioning of baseball there. He kind of did that slide. Did you do it shortstop? Kind of slid in front of the ball. Makes a good play there.
So at this point, 1st and 10 for Walnut at the 45, and
run what 2 plays, take a knee.
Well, they according to the board, I don't know. All 3 timeouts right now for Faulkner is what it says. I don't know their timeout count if that's correct or not, but we'll see in just a second. You get a first down and the game's over from that, for no doubt. So you're aiming for the first down at this point. Take the timeouts out of question. And so they'll hand it off to Gray, and it won't go for very much. And I don't believe a timeout's going to be called here by Coach Walton and his staff. So I'm going to assume they don't have 3, if not any at all. But we'll see what they do with their timeouts. Maybe they're just letting this play run because they don't have 3.
He's down here talking to the referee about something, though. Is one of the coaches on the staff. So
we'll see. Minute 43 remaining. This one ticks down 30-13.
30-19.
Or 30-19, excuse me. Yes, thank you for the correction, John. 1:30 remaining in this ball game. Walnut second down and about 10. Dual running back set out of the eye. They're going to hand it off to Clifton. Clifton going to try to make a couple men miss, and he goes down after a gain of about 2, and a timeout's going to be called by Faulkner.
Yeah.
1:21 remaining, and a timeout's called by Faulkner. We'll bring you back for third down and the conclusion on RCTV 19.
15 North, Ripley. A proud supporter of Ripley Tiger football. First Baptist Church, Ripley.
North Mississippi Primary Healthcare wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this season. Check out our locations in Ripley, Walnut, Ashland, and across North Mississippi. Check them out online at nmphc.org. Quality Glass has been in business for over 40 years and wants to say good luck to our Tippah County players. You can lower your utilities with vinyl replacement windows. Call them today at 837-3615 for free estimates and lifetime warranties. RES is a locally owned and operated full-service waste disposal company. Give them a call for all of your waste disposal needs at 662-837-408.
Welcome back to Faulkner High School. 30-19, 1:21 remaining. Walnut really could put the nail in the coffin here if they get a first down. Third and about 6 left to go. As Faulkner has 8 men walked up within the line of scrimmage, and if I'm Coach Meeks or Coach Bennett, I see that they're going to give it all off to Clifton,
and Clifton's going to be tripped up. So a timeout's going to be called now by Faulkner. I would assume now, since they didn't call one on first down, their final timeout. And so with a minute 19, Faulkner is going to get the football back with, a chance and a prayer to get back in this football game within one score. But again, we'll kick it back for one final break, probably our final break of the night on RCTV 19.
Or check them out online at resdisposal.com.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance.
Check out the Rusty Tub on Facebook for weekly sales, including 50% off all clothing and shoes, 15% off decor, and 10% off furniture. Each week, there is a weekly spotlight special. Local delivery available, along with gift certificates and free gift wrapping. Hand-poured refillable soy wooden wick candles are made in-store. Give them a call at 662-7...
Back here on RCTV 19, and Tyler Clifton is back to punt. I would think you're going to try to punt it away from Chris Dunley. Don't give him a chance to return it and give Faulkner a minute left on this clock to onside kick. And so it will be punted way away from Dunley. Great punt by Clifton.
Wow, takes a good walk-out bounce, too.
And it will be down with 1:11 on the game clock. So Faulkner, if they're going to go to work, they're going to have to go to work quick. As this offense, you got to credit Coach Walton and the staff. I mean, this is a team that was down 30-6, and I was afraid it was going to keep escalating the way Walnut had momentum. But this team has had a never-say-die attitude tonight so far.
Yeah, and even if Faulkner does not come back and really make this game a little closer than what it could be, this is a really good showing for the Faulkner Eagles tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a really good. You hate it for the young men, but this is a much improved ball team.
Going to be a first down pass over the shoulder to JoJo Swinford, who's going to make a couple moves, and he's got more than enough for a first down. And while the chains reset, the clock will stop. So Faulkner's got to be quick. They got to be quick.
And back to the line.
It'll be down at the 41, and so the clock should set in just a moment. And so they've got to make sure that that the Chains get set before they snap it. Here goes the snap to Woolley. Woolley's going to drop back. Throws over the middle, and that one is intercepted, and that's going to be the ball game. Trenton Braddock with an interception, and that will do it for the Faulkner offense and for the Eagles tonight as they were trying to mount a late comeback attempt with a 13 unanswered here in the fourth quarter. But an interception by Trenton Braddock will end this ball game with a kneel down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Woolley saw there, and Braddock, I think he just overthrew his receiver, and Braddock just right place, right time, steps in the throwing lane, and that will be the ball game.
So with it, it will be after a kneel down or two. It'll be 5 straight victories in the Joe Bowl for Walnut. Coach John Meeks moves to 10-3 in his time as head coach of Walnut. And like I said, credit Faulkner because this is a rivalry that, to put it bluntly, it's been lopsided for the last 4 years. But the Coach Walton and his group have shown that, hey, this year 1, it didn't work out the way we wanted. But you can get an idea that the culture is changing for this game and for this program. And so Walnut is just one kneel down away from taking the Joe Bowl trophy back over a few miles down the road of Highway 15.
Yeah. For the first edition of the Highway 15 rivalry, the north end has been a heck of a ball game. 30-19, 21 seconds remaining. And just
and we need to separate this. A couple of guys, came hard off the block, and here we go. Oh, and we got to be careful. Guys, you can't cannot come on the field. You've got to be careful. That's a suspension waiting to happen. So you saw it coming when you saw it coming after after he came off the ball hard on the kneel down, and so that will, I believe, do it as the Walnut bench comes off the field to celebrate. I believe the officials are going to say
one untimed down.
I wouldn't believe they're going to have an untimed down. They're on the field celebrating. Let's
see what the refs say, and
let's see. What we're probably waiting for is for these officials to figure out because they're. You look at it, and there's a chance that, a couple of these kids might have to sit out a half or something of that sort. We'll see. And so they are lining up to meet at midfield. And, this is like we said, this is such a passionate rivalry between these two teams.
Till right there, this has been an excellent play ball game for both teams. And you just raw emotions right there. Both teams wanting to win, giving it their all. They've laid it all on line tonight, and right there they just emotional build over. We'll hear a complete word from our sponsors. Come back with our post-game show, have a few stats, and we'll wrap this program up here from Faulkner High School. 3rd-19 when we return for a post-game show here on TV 19 Sports.
17722 or go by 1115 City Avenue North in Ripley. Rutherford's Auto Sales, Garage, and Wrecker Service in Faulkner, Mississippi says good luck to the Faulkner Eagles. Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Stone's Jewelry is your local hometown store for fine jewelry with a price to fit every budget. Local made products, Mississippi made pottery, and unique jewelry you can only find at Stone's. They also offer repairs, bereavements, and special gifts for everyone. Stop in and see Nancy, Miss Joanne at Stone's in Ripley or Tupelo. Remember, when you think of jewelry, think of Stone's.
Sugar Lane Concrete wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this season. Give them a call for all your concrete, brickwork, and bush hogging needs. You can reach them at 662-837-0455.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect, your home in Tippah County for high-speed internet. Give them a call at 662-587-9055 to get set up with their ultra-high-speed internet today.
This program brought to you by the Tippah County Board of Supervisors, Jimmy Gunn, District 1, Greg Harrell, District 2, Mike Graves, District 3, Glenn Michael, District 4, Chad Newby, District 5, Stacy Hill, Board Secretary, Shelley Parker, Administrative Assistant, Melinda Crum, the Board Administrator, and County Attorney Sean Akins.
Tippah Tire and Truck Service, your home for tire repair, oil change, brakes, and 24-hour roadside assistance, says good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes. The town of Blue Mountain, Mayor Norton and the Board of Aldermen say good luck to our local teams this season.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services LLC, specializing in aviation services. 512-0219. Rebel Services LLC, 5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Walnut Sporting Goods on Highway 15 in Walnut is your place for all your sporting goods and fishing supply needs. Walnut Sporting Goods owner Tim Watson says, "Go Wildcats." Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippah County sports and athletes. Good luck this season from Ward Engineering.
Barkley Catering wishes good luck.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19 as these two teams have Faulkner is heading back to their locker room and Walnut is heading back to their buses. Joe Bowl trophy in hand. Final score 30-19. Walnut takes it over Faulkner for the 5th straight time. But like we talked about, John, you can't mention tonight without mentioning the impressive growth that Faulkner has already made in year 1 as a program.
Yes, you cannot say enough good things till at the end about how well Coach Walton and his staff have coached this team. They look so much improved with Woolley and not only taking the snaps to two. That's a two-headed monster. You talk about Walton's two-headed monster. Well, there's two-headed monster for them, and so a very much improved. I think Faulkner's going to go. I think Faulkner, man, I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see him in division play. They're going to. I think they'll make a good run in division. And we heard you didn't hear what we heard in the booth, but Coach Walton was pretty tough on his team, and that's something that he's known as a fireball, and so he really admonished his team for. He said, guys, we played so well till right there at the end, and then we
And so, yeah, you're right. I mean, you played hard, and you hate to see it end like that, and so we will we'll quickly get our players of the game out, and you may agree with me. And mine tonight is Tyler Clifton with the kickoff return. Really set the tone tonight for the Wildcats in this one, and then he also had a ton of big third down conversions. So Zyla Clifton is my RCTV 19 player of the game.
Well, you give one for one. Let me give one for Faulkner, and I think it's Chris Nunley, who really put this team on his back. Came over from Walnut, and has done an excellent job for the Wildcats, and I think this game is a really good game. It's Walnut looked really good on offense this under Coach Bennett this year. They've looked two games. They'll get tested next, I believe. Next week they want to really get a good test. I think they play Smithville next week, if I'm not mistaken, Peyton. So that'll be a really good test for Walnut, and I don't know if we'll have that game. I think that game's on the road.
But as for next game, make sure you tune in tomorrow.
Tomorrow night at Ripley High School for Ripley and Kossuth, which should be a really good game. I think Ripley's going to. We'll see if Ripley is improved. They won a big game last week against Charleston. We're excited to see the Tigers for the first time. Get to see what could be one of the best offensive lines in 4A, man. I've heard so much good things about a really big offensive line for the Tigers. So we'll look to see how that goes, see that group in play, and get to see probably the best kicker in the state. We saw go tonight in Rudess, but get to see Freddie Lopez, who last week converted on a 49-yard field goal and who almost made a 50. From what I heard a couple announcers say, he got up under the ball just a little bit and put a little bit too much backspin on it, and it falls short. But that we're waiting on some statistics. I think Jack Leake finishes tonight. Kamarion Gray finishes tonight well over the century mark of rushing. And
Gavin Woolley finished over the century mark passing, and Nunley with
he gets over the century mark too.
He combined yardage, he definitely gets over the century mark, and so a lot of big players tonight. But Clifton for us is our RCTV 19 player of the game with the kickoff return that really just set the momentum for.
Yeah, I agree with it. If overall player of the game, it has to go to Zion Clifton with that big kickoff return. And as we wrap up our broadcast, we just want to thank our sponsors. What a wonderful night we had tonight. One time, John informed us we had over 12,000 viewers. That's Facebook, YouTube Live, and again, let's promote that. If you go out on YouTube, I'm sure we're going to do a big giveaway tomorrow night on the TV broadcast for the Ripley game. But if you go out and like us on YouTube, comment on us, tell us if you're enjoying the program. I want to thank John for all he's done for us, man. We've upgraded our equipment. We've really invested this year in the season. Got a huge number of sponsors. And if we started now to thank every one of them, we'd be here all night. And we cannot thank you so much for all you do. Just for being a blessing to us at the TV station. And it is our commitment to you to return that favor and put on the best product that we can here at TV 19 Sports. And that's something we do pride ourselves on. So as our stat girl is finishing up her stats, again, look out a little chippy at the end, and you can expect that in a rivalry game. And I think Coach Walton will correct that. Coach Meeks will address that. I think both teams will. If I'm an old ball coach, they pay for it on Monday or Tuesday.
It's a learning lesson, both on the field and off the field. It's something that you can on the field look back at. Go watch film on Monday or Tuesday because it's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to everybody, by the way. But yeah, you go back and watch film on Tuesday, or if you have a film session tomorrow at school. You look at it, you say, look, we got to be better here. Off the field, like I said, look, I'm not just here to coach you. I'm not just here to coach you as a competitor. I'm here to coach you as young men. And so we've got to go out and compete our very best, right. And be good sportsmanship when we do that. So final stats, and then we'll get out of here. For Faulkner first, Kamarion Gray, Chris Nunley, or is it Caleb Nunley? Chris Nunley. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm losing my mind. It's late at night. We're getting to the 10 o'clock era. Chris Nunley. 180 combined yards, including a 60-yard touchdown, along with Gavin Woolley, who had 185 yards passing, along with 70 yards rushing. And then Miles Mitchell still finishes with one touchdown as well as 30 yards receiving. And then for Walnut, Zyler Clifton, 70-yard kickoff return, along with 50 yards rushing. Kamarion Gray, 55 yards rushing, 3 two-point conversions. And then Drew Johnson with 105 yards passing, 30 or
Drew
Jackson. I'm sorry, 105 yards passing, 30 yards rushing, as well as a couple of others. Jack Leake does finish with 20 yards receiving, and then Trenton Braddock with the 50-yard receiving touchdown as well as an interception. So a lot of standout performers tonight.
Well, and for Owen, Peyton Taylor, myself, Joey, John Rawls, all the crew here at TV 19 Sports, wish you all good night. We'll see you tomorrow night on TV 19 Sports as we bring you Ripley Tiger football here on TV 19 Sports from here at Faulkner. 30-19. Wildcats win in the Joe Bowl. Good night and God bless.